HP. You bashed the Dragonborn bashed a table over the head of fucking
Dragonborn.
Spankles. Oh, it wasn't the Dragonborn. That's right.
It was the Earth Ganashi.
That's right. The Ganashi bashed the table over his head, and you burnt a tavern to the ground because you guys felt like it.
You want to know something stupid? Apparently, it's pronounced Genasi.
Fuck that. It's Ganassi.
Exactly.
It's called Earth Elemental with human blood.
It's an Earth.
It's an Earth. That's it.
An
Earth. Fear.
Derv.
Yeah, this...
I mean, he basically
Goddamn.
puts up fear. So,
Guys, beware!
ale.
I'm breaking out the pink dice.
This ale is an absolute bitch to find, by the way. Alright, let me grab my dice. I think these ones are my dice. Are these my dice?
Spankles has summoned his pink.
I
Green
am
dice
getting my
roll.
white dice, so may God have mercy upon you all.
Waluigi wins.
God will never have mercy on Spankles.
No, no
Spankles
one
is
will.
boundless.
No.
Not even Spankles has mercy on Spankles. He just wants it full throttle.
Although I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Which god cursed Spankles and why?
That's a great question.
Who did Spankles sleep with that pissed him off?
That is a great question. All I'll say is you don't remember.
It
Matter of fact, you
with
don't
an
remember
E.
much from that night.
Okay,
she slept
so-
with the goddess Irene.
So
I said it
sounds like-
starts with an E.
It sounds like
Mark Zuckerberg.
it actually sounds like something that deals with Spankles' backstory of he can't remember why he was on the boat.
You
but
can't
was
remember
on
shit.
the boat.
You're on the boat. The only thing you remember is something crazy and Father Gregory with an altar boy.
And then I woke up and there was Crestbread going, "Hey Spankles, wake up. We're almost there at her insulto. Wake up."
I got like heavy Morrowind vibes all of a sudden.
Who are you?
Don't
Wait,
fucking
my
worry
name's-
about it.
My name
Don't
is Spankles.
Forget me.
This is literally Spankles' beginning story. Who are you? Wait, my name is Spankles? Holy shit! I must be a
Oh, what did I
badass.
have to drink last night? I'm having more ale, speaking of which.
Oh, let's see if the pink
Wake
is
up,
nice to me.
brush, and then put on a little makeup.
Okay, the pink seems to be a bit loaded. Okay.
Why'd you leave the keys up on the table?
And I'll shake it like there's no tomorrow.
I love my pink dice.
There you go, creating another
All right.
table.
Right now, we're just waiting on Travis to get the stream going.
It's
You want to?
gone.
It's gone?
Yep.
We're good? We're
Yep.
gold?
Hi,
Gold.
Delio, neighborinos.
I diddly ho.
Alright, let me just share that.
Lady Dolly
Make it
Hall,
back going there.
neighborino.
Please the ho.
No, that is you, Spankles. You are the hoe.
I know.
That's
He
the
knows
big
he's the hoe.
problem.
This is Spankles' time. He's
I-
always the
You know, I'm gonna create a new class, the Pimp
I know
Knight.
the whole.
I'm sorry, there's a new
Kill
class.
the hoe.
Pimp Knight.
Bee.
Master of the back slap.
Can Spankles train into that one?
You know, if you could find someone who knows the art of pimping, you can do it.
There's this guy in the Shire named Pimpin Took.
He's from Wampahole Nation.
Just no one bothers to really ask questions. All I know is he's got one hell of a backhand.
He's friends with Frodo Swaggins.
He's just like
So he's friends with Mary Poppin?
yeah.
Eh.
I
That's
hear
nice.
furious typing on the other side.
Damn.
Furious typing.
He's hacking into the mainframe.
I'm in.
All right. So,
Long
you guys
time
had
ago.
currently returned to your boat with your kobold slaves.
And
You
our
had just
humans.
divvied them out to figure out what the hell to do with them.
And the humans. What about the human slaves?
The humans are there too. They pretty much just went to the kitchens.
Essentially,
Essentially, you guys assigned the humans to work on the ship, and you're keeping the kobolds as slaves.
Yes.
and one of the humans goes like, "All right, off I go then. More work,
No.
Another one in the jar.
My lord.
So, I do have a question.
Yes.
The prettiest of kobolds, that is mine. What color are her scales?
Her scales, she was the pretty one. Her scales are a luscious, it's almost like a blend of purple and brown.
Nice.
They call it
Very shiny, purple and brown, very shiny, very elegantly designed. Almost looks like her scales have been colored in certain ways.
She shall
Purposely
be forever
done.
known as the Silky Raven.
Okay.
the color is known as magic shite.
Magic shite. It's fucking magic shite. I'm gonna be dealing with this.
Wait, what did you say? The other word for shite is?
Shite.
Dobby.
Oh yeah, Dobby. Magic
Alright.
Dobby.
Magic
So we have
Adobe.
those ones. We have the females, the male. We have the cooks.
Slap, clap, clap,
You guys,
clap.
currently, as it sits, you have 4 kobold slaves.
Oh,
You
no,
have the
that's-
4 kobold cooks,
That's Bolby, not Dobby.
and then you have the other. And then there was 4 more humans that are just serving on the ships now.
They're the hoistway.
Aye.
By the way,
That's where we
Travis,
had set. You guys had lugged Telron back to the ship. He's still unconscious. I mean, he's not bleeding or dying anymore, but he's unconscious still.
by the way,
So,
Darvis.
Pretty much
Uh,
all of you are on low health.
By
Speckles shall
Speckles still
retire to
sits
his
at
room.
2.
Speckles is retiring to his room so he can heal and rest. And he's
Yes.
going to take his kobolds with him.
All right, you
But-
take your 2 kobolds.
He's going
with
to
you.
rest and caress.
I need nurses. These 2 are good nurses.
It's really arrested development.
Emphasis on arrested.
In
By the
which-
way, Peaches, I think you're using the wrong picture for the stream.
Oh, that's the regular one.
He wanted
I
the
don't know,
the
I
Billy
think-
Trumpez.
I think someone's missing. I'm just not sure about it. I think someone's missing from that picture.
Wait, what are you guys looking at?
Can't put my finger. This live stream. I'm just not sure who it is that's missing it.
It's really hard to figure out, you know.
I think I know who's missing. Glitter Gold.
This is Twitch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's who's missing. Glitter Gold. That's who it was.
You guys are on
Oh,
Twitch.
it's on
right?
YouTube.
Oh.
No, actually, we really are missing a character. We haven't put Scoomberdunce into the logo yet.
Oh. I feel neglected
Oh
already.
yeah, Scoomer Dunes. That's who it was.
I didn't notice. I thought he was the eagle.
No, the eagle is his pet.
He's right back. He's way back,
He's just
hiding behind a
Way
tree.
in the back, just kind of calmly waving to each other.
You see that little like dark blob? That's him.
Oh,
This dark
I
shadow.
see
That's him.
I see him. Okay. He's
Yeah,
the one on the left.
Anyway, let's get
Yeah.
to the game. So, you guys are
After
currently
that,
on your
shit.
ship.
Jesus
Spankles has
Christ, I feel
retired.
like Waluigi right now.
Spankles has retired to his cabin with his 2 kobold companions
That
that
reminds
he
me of a
forcibly rescued.
a picture that. Well, I'll look for it. You keep talking.
Yeah.
Ladies, come with me. I need you for
I mean, they're,
personal.
they're your slaves, so they pretty much just follow you, just a little concerned. One of them speaks very broken English. The other one, the prettier one, just speaks common just fine. But they go back to the room with you. The rest of you guys are still sitting on the deck of the ship. There's off in the distance, you see the very bright shimmer that's coming from the city. You're pretty sure it's the fire of the tavern, as well as lots of sounds and smoke bellowing out.
It's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. We burnt every shit.
Not pretty, it's burning.
Telron is sitting on the deck right now, just laid down unconscious still. He still hasn't woken up.
Maybe I should drag him along with me.
That might not be a good idea.
He might teach me the pimp it slap.
Teach you the art of pimping.
Just like drag him along.
I mean, it's really up to you guys what to do with him. He's just laying there unconscious on the ground, undefended and perfectly open.
Yes.
I think I'll
No!
take him and just put him in on.
Throw him
put
into the
on-
brig. Throw him
Well,
into the brig.
It's every
Alright.
day.
All right, there's the picture. Try to find Luigi in that picture.
What you gonna do, drunken
Luigi?
sailor? What you gonna
Yeah, try
do?
to find Luigi in that picture I just posted.
Try to find Luigi in the picture you posted. I found him.
Hold on, I need to find Luigi. Where's Luigi?
It took me all of 2 seconds.
I still can't find Luigi.
Are you serious?
I can't find him.
All right.
Oh, I found him.
Anyway.
Are you kidding me?
I still don't know where he is. So
look at the
Give it
castle
time.
tower.
Give it time.
Oh, I see him now.
Right next to the M, on the left of it.
oh, okay,
I know
okay.
you see.
Why
Somehow
did
the
they make him
world
so
will
small?
change to be.
At least Waluigi gets some screen time.
That
Oh,
face
wow.
when your evil clone is more appreciated than you.
Oh, I just Googled that. Holy shit, that's canon. What the
Oh.
fuck?
It actually is canon.
Why the hell is he in the... What?
I do believe
No.
that's the Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah, by the way, there was another box art where Luigi was just completely removed.
Nice.
Why?
Because fuck Luigi.
Nintendo hates him.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Luigi's my favorite.
Back to the game.
He's a punching bag. That's why he died in the trailer.
Well, to be fair, Mario also died. So they're
Well,
even.
yeah.
The
Oh, and
Nintendo's-
Mega Man.
It's Nintendo's version
also
of the
died.
Avengers.
Someone throw
No,
the
I
Mario
don't think
Aces.
it's so good.
Mario
feeling
Aces
so
is that
good,
because
Mr.
Luigi
Mario.
became Thanos.
You know what we got?
feel so good, Mr. Mario.
I
Alright,
know
let's
what we
continue.
do with.
I don't
His
feel so
deal.
good, Mr.
We
Belmont.
throw him into a bridge and take his pants.
Right.
Okay.
You mean
Anyway.
the brig?
I don't
Yeah.
have an
Brig.
idea.
Are you going to drag
called a
him
break it,
off,
Dunkus.
Chris Braid?
Yeah, I'm gonna like safely put him in one of the bedrooms for him. to
Okay,
just
well,
recover.
he's even with his armor on, he's not very heavy, so you pretty much just kind of pick him up and drag him out there to his room.
It's ring mail. How heavy could that stuff be?
It's not very heavy at all.
So the boat's still beached, right?
Yes, your boat is still currently beached. You
Boat
still haven't gotten
beach.
it off the beach.
Oh,
Beach.
How do we get it off the beach?
You got to
Beach.
find a way to get it off the beach.
Two of you
Fall-
can go out and push.
How do we get it out off the beach?
I mean,
Gotta
there's
figure
a,
out how to get the beach off the beach.
We need to get it off the
beach.
beach.
There's a whole
Push,
village of
Push. push,
muscle people,
push.
Who are
but
They're all
currently pissed
insane,
off.
so.
Well, not all of them know that we were there. Let alone knew that.
Yeah,
we...
half of them are dead.
they're still gonna kill us on sight, though.
Yeah,
If
but
Spankles wasn't injured, he could have
We're
gone in. and
KOS.
yelled, hey guys,
We
I-
crossed the KOS line.
I have a boat out near the beach that is stuck there. Could you help me push it out to sea?
Oh, me no like.
me no like.
That's what their reaction would be.
They don't like you guys. You guys are half humans.
So are you.
No, gnomes are of a different race.
So you're telling me that completely scaly people are more human than just a short person?
You have more human blood in you because you got your mom or dad was human.
Your mom of the homosexual.
While the other one
So-
was a dragon.
My dad just she found my mom. My mom was a dragon. He just walked right into her vaginal cavity and just went like, and then I was born.
Okay, keep it PG. PGR.
How about we just stop talking? That was the
So, we roll 30-40 this, or what's going on?
And that's my origin story.
Alright, so about the
Push the boat.
push the boat.
Are you guys going to try to push the boat?
Well,
It's like
I
dog shit.
can't swim onto the boat once I push it, so I can't really push the boat.
We could leave you a small little boat to row over to us once you push the boat out into the water.
Wait, how many of our slaves are not slaves? Are freed captives are strong?
For what you look like, it looks like 2 of the humans are quite capable. The other 2 humans were female, so I mean, they could
girls
still
can't
help.
do anything.
Yeah, Spankles popping his head out of his.
This isn't the medieval world. They're walking tits.
This is where Spankles come running out and go,
Basically.
"Hey, ladies, would you mind joining me for a few minutes?"
A few hours
About 30 seconds.
alone in the dark.
Hey, Chris Braid, keep an eye on the little wankles, will you?
Well, both the girls, they just kind of look at each other, shrug their shoulders, and follow Spankles.
And while they're following that,
Spankles, you're gonna help
while they're
us push
following,
the
I'm just
boat.
doing the like no
You're
gesture.
not gonna go off and have sex while we try to push the boat out.
Yeah, man. Come on. Can't be going doing
Spankles
that
is
shit.
just blankly sitting in the doorway, just staring off in the distance like,
Hi.
Did you hear what I said?
I've never been told no sex in my life. What's going on?
Just like, hi. This is
Hi,
new.
guys.
They literally turned me down. Spankles,
Hi.
the dog.
Spankles is not free.
Spankles
we
needs
should
his
all-
jolly taken out. Okay, Silky Raven, it's your job now.
She just looks at you and goes like, wait, what's my job?
Balasar vomits in his mouth.
You don't want to get some of that sweet, sweet kobold?
Spankles needs healing. It's your job now.
Oh, God.
Hello, nurse.
She says, well, kobold is more of a cook than anything else.
Does your food heal?
She says, potentially.
Have you ever mixed a healing potion with jerky?
She just kind of blankly looks at you, just very confused for the most part.
Let's just go back to pushing the ship already.
Yeah, let's just get to pushing the ship, you guys.
We don't got time to waste. Let's get this crap off the shore.
Huh.
It's you too, Spankles. Come on.
Not even disappointed, honestly.
Spankles literally needs to heal, so
Yeah, you do really need to heal. She says she can try to whip something using some shamanic magic, see what she can do.
Don't. We didn't need him anyways. He's too weak to push a boat.
Spankles is quite weak. He's got 8 strength. So
yeah. Spankles could sit there and supervise. That's
he
all
can cheer you on. That's about it.
Go team, go! I can cheer you on from on the boat.
I like that one.
I'll stay on the boat and cheer you on.
Yeah.
Go team, go!
Anyway, you guys want to try to push the boat? Do you want to get all the kobolds to help? I mean, they have like 5 to 9 strength, so they might help.
I gotta
guess.
keep one to help me heal. So
All right.
Which one of you rat bastards is the strongest?
One of them proudly steps forward, like, me, sir, me.
Oh yeah, lift that barrel over there.
He walks over to the barrel and he goes to lift it up. He wraps his arms around it, pulls up hard, and he goes, ah! It lifts like an inch off the ground.
Good.
You're hired.
Kobold sets it down on the ground and goes like, this is stupid, and just kicks the barrel over, like full force kicks it, and it falls over.
You want to know what's in that barrel? Nothing.
Your mum
I wonder
Your
if-
mum.
get roasted.
Anyway, you guys want to try to push this boat.
Push the fucking boat.
All right. You all climb down. You take as many of the slaves you can with you. You jump down to the beach. You go to push the boat. Everybody roll a d20.
Other than Spankles.
Give me a sec.
All of your combined force has to overcome the d100 roll.
Alright, I've got 19.
18.
15.
All right, now let me roll for the kobolds.
Oh wait, hold on. Plus strength, that's 21.
Oh yeah, I need my character sheet. Give me a second.
I need my character sheet.
I forgot I was playing D&D.
Yeah, give me a second.
Ganassi,
plus
you got
3.
15 strength. Don't you?
13.
Oh, you have 13 strength.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a dex user because he's a hunter.
Yes. I'm looking at your stats are 15 strength, 13 dexterity, 15 constitution. Is that correct?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, your strength is a +2.
What the hell
Oh.
are you smoking?
I'm smoking a lot of stuff.
No, Dosh. The Earth Ganashi, who's supposed to be a hunter. Higher dex than strength.
No, that's how his rolls went.
And
Your favorite weapon is a table.
and are we having a problem here?
Yes.
Hey, Ranger, he's a Ranger. Rangers are both melee and ranged characters. They switch in between.
Spankles can just
Makes
have
sense.
this problem on the boat while we.
Okay,
while we
between
just
all of
push
you
it.
guys trying to push the boat, you put all of your force into it, and the boat doesn't move. I rolled max on the D100.
Oh,
Great.
Well, let's try again.
You're going to need something quite a bit stronger than you guys to get it to move.
So, is there a chance that Spankles can cast a growth spell to cause at least one of them to turn into a giant?
I'm going to roll something real quick. Have you ever tried to use a growth spell before?
Nope.
You know what? I'll give you a chance. Go right ahead. This can either go really good or really bad.
I hide behind Scoomerdoons.
No, use it on Balzar.
Okay, I'm calling my pink dice low dice tonight because I just rolled a 20.
All right, with your 20, go ahead and roll me a D100 real quick.
Oh shit, I might actually get a growth spell.
Don't let it please be low. Please be low.
58.
58. All right, now roll me a D100 one more time.
Please also be low. Please also be low. Please.
98.
98. All right. You cast the growth spell. You channel the magic into there. You are in an area that, for some reason, has a slight amount of natural magic around in it. So your spell is slightly amplified.
Because of the Ooga Booga
You don't-
meta a few miles up.
You don't successfully keep the spell, however, though you cast it, and all of a sudden you throw it down there, and I'm going to roll to see who it hits.
Who gets turned into a giant?
Remember, I'm hiding behind the Scoom.
So you have 4 those guys. All right, let's go.
My name is now officially the Scoom.
3. All right, you cast your spell down. It smacks in. Balazar, you're currently double everything.
What the? How that hit me?
Yeah, you're currently double everything. You, at the current moment, you have a health amount of 128. All your stats have been doubled, so you have fucking... Ooh, excuse me. You have, let's see, how much would that be? 32 strength. And your armor class, because your skin's thickened as well, you're also at 32 of an armor class
It
at the
hit
moment.
my exposed
And
dick.
you stand like 12 feet tall.
Nice.
Oh, now I feel like a real dragon.
Try and give it.
Alright,
a
boat.
All right, you guys all want to try to move the boat now?
Don't bother, I got this.
is that one
I just push it. My finger.
All right. Everyone roll D20 again, except Balazar, you can roll a D100.
Ooh.
We're 58, 3.
16.
13.
We have 53, 8, 16, 13. So I'm running the numbers real quick.
Is that a worth it spell?
Now for the kobolds helping, they don't get a full D20. As long as you break this number, you guys will move the boat. Oops.
Was this a good waste of a spell?
This was a great use of a spell, in my opinion.
How long do you
And
think
the
this
last
will last?
kobold. That is an excellent question. All right, you guys put all of your might into pushing it, and with the bonuses coming off of him, you managed to move the boat back into the water.
Nice.
And Balazar is still freaking gigantic.
I guess I'll just walk out there. See you guys. I'm not gonna.
For the boat?
That's a great question. You haven't tried to get back on, but Balazar, as you're sitting, you can see over onto the deck.
I'll just walk with the boat.
Okay.
I'm gonna ghost ride the boat.
So, should I cast Dispel on him now?
Do you have the spell Dispel?
I do believe that's one of the natural spells a bard should have.
I'm checking your bard spells. Hold on.
Alright.
Dispel. Do.
Speaking of which, should I have Light Hammer?
You get Dispel at the 3rd level for Bard, which is at level.
Oh. That's where it is.
What
Okay.
level is your Bard? What level are you, Todd?
I do believe we are level 4.
You're level 4? You don't get your 3rd level Bard spells until level 7.
Oh, shit.
So you don't have Dispel, but you can try to cast it if you want to try to play Song Dispel.
Wait,
It's
don't
worth a
I'll
shot.
try to play it.
Wait, don't
Oh,
use
fuck.
it yet. I want to teach those orcs a lesson.
Oh god.
No, because those guys together would kill you.
He's 12 feet tall,
Oh, okay.
and his natural armor class has been doubled, so his natural armor is a 20 plus his armor he's currently wearing, which is 6. So it's actually 26 for your armor class. Excuse me.
Great.
And his health is 132.
16. That's the roll I rolled.
Wait.
16.
128, excuse me. You rolled a 16? Alright, well, you try to cast Dispel. It hits him, but it's not strong enough to overcome the nat 20 you rolled.
Did you do something?
Yeah,
Well, I
it
was
pretty
trying
much
to
just hits
return
him,
to
and
normal,
he just
but
kind of...
hey.
I mean, this guy's fucking huge right now.
I felt
so-
a little tickle. What was that? Was that a mosquito?
Yeah. I think you could go to the wizard's tower alone now. And you know what? I gotta keep the spell whole memorized for later. So I'm going to really focus on trying to get this spell.
Hope it's for not anything weird.
Oh, I might actually use you to go to the wizard's tower and do what I need to do, and it might help you do what you need to do. For whatever reason you need to go there.
Well, I guess.
That's a in case of a mercy of wizards getting pissed at us. But hey,
We're still on the shore of Volstick, right? Or somewhere near Volstick,
Yeah.
at
very
least.
much.
It's gonna be a long journey.
Are we gonna go back to Yasora and buy different armors
Gear.
and gear? Or are we gonna throw that out the window?
You guys, you can do that. I'm gonna go off to Volstick and teach them a lesson.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go to Ythora.
Do you want to die?
No, but I'm sure
Thank you,
they do.
mysterious voice.
Because
Look at me.
There's still a lot more.
Look at me. Do I look like someone that would die instantly?
But after
It's a great question.
after a few battles on your own, you may go down.
I'm just gonna go
these
over
guys are
there, set
talking-
on fire, and leave.
While these guys are talking, I'm going to try and
And meanwhile, I'm gonna do this
test
song.
some magic to see if it will push the.
Okay, hold on. Repeat that,
Harold.
Todd. I don't think they heard you.
I wish to start trying to mess with magic to see if I can divert the energies that I used to turn him into a giant on to just push it somewhere else.
Oh, you could try that if you want to. Yeah, roll D20.
They push what?
That will be a negative.
Would you roll?
A 1.
So much for peak-
Oh, roll D100 for me.
This is
What
gonna
did you
hurt.
try to do?
Oh, he tried to use his spellcraft to create a spell to re-divert the magic that's on you to make you giant, And he just crit fail, which means it could potentially backfire.
31.
31 on a D100. All right, roll me a D20 just once.
He's gonna turn into a little tiny
5.
creature, isn't he?
All right. You channel the magic into your song. You try to play a song. The natural magic that I already told you about that's in the air, you try to cast it outwards to create this redivert magic spell. And as soon as you cast it, you feel something else hit you instead. And Spankles, I'm sorry. You're a foot shorter.
Huh?
His molecules got all rearranged.
He's a foot shorter. Your equipment, however, did not shrink with you.
Oh, no.
So you look like you're wearing dad's clothes right now.
Oh, what's going on down there?
The power of the crit fail.
I need a Walter Boy costume now.
Well, I won't bend down.
How tall are you to begin with?
I don't remember.
Oh, now you're looking like a proper gnome.
As if he could get any shorter.
My
Didn't you write down your height, Todd?
I think I forgot to write down my height.
I thought he was like 4 feet or something.
He's a gnome, so he's like 3'6" or something like that.
What?
Yeah, I think I forgot to write down how tall I was.
Wait,
I'm looking at gnome heights. You're between 3 and 4 feet tall. I think you said you wanted to be 3'8", so you're now 2'8".
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
So, are the kobolds no taller than me?
Yes, actually.
Oh, yes.
God damn it. Yes, they're all taller than you. You
The
cast
thing
on
is
yourself, and the 2 kobold slaves that are with you, they just cock their heads at you and go like, you okay?
You just look up at them and go, excellent.
They look at each other and go like, does not sound good at all.
We've discovered a new.
The prettier one puts her hand on the other one and goes like, well, you always wanted to have fun. Pushes her towards you and walks off the other way.
Hey, you're supposed to be cooking me something to heal.
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, good. All right.
We've discovered
You can go
one of
me.
Spankles' many fetishes.
I don't like that laugh. That laugh is just a no. Anyway,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
well, the ship is now floating in the water, and Balazar is still freaking 12 feet tall.
Yeah, we got the tall ass dragon and the short ass gnome.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, small ass gnome.
You look like you're prepared to face the mighty Millhouse Mana Storm.
Please tell me that the business end is still the same size it was beforehand.
Oh no.
Hold on, Jar.
No, I'm sorry. It shrunk with you.
Oh.
It's
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna give you a D20 roll.
Oh.
15.
15. Okay, you resist.
Yes.
As you have shrunk and you say that out loud, as you think that to yourself, and you check your pants real quick, you feel the little mark of L-tab on you begin to burn a little bit, and then you kind of and it goes away.
What was Eltab trying to do to me this time?
Don't worry about it.
He was trying to remove your little wingle dingle.
It was been trying to remove it. He could have tried to make it smaller to be funny.
It was more evil than he was, so he must destroy it.
For all you know, he was going to give you a snake dick.
Couldn't be worse than what happened to me.
Kobolds have the same versions as that I wish to put on myself beforehand. If he gave me the snake dick, it would have been the same thing.
You would like to have the Cordal cook again?
Spankles has very strange fetishes. It's best we not worry. We just try to avoid them.
He's trying to do genetic mutations on himself.
Oh, this ale is so good. Stuff is a bitch to find.
I really want to see what would happen if like a 12-foot tall half dragon, half.
Oh, there are a lot of things that could happen. I mean, you're pulsating with magic right now, so someone could try to cast a D-spell on you. Someone could attack you. You go through and wreck everything. You become a god. You don't know.
Like, how many mages are even in the orcs?
You have no idea.
And they're not
Yeah,
mages,
what's
they're
the
shamans
best
or
running it by
witches.
yourself?
I mean, all of his equipment grew with him.
Yeah, but he still is just one.
So he's currently... You have the maul, correct? Or is that the
Yeah.
ganache? Yeah, you have the maul.
I have the
So you're-
maul.
You're currently carrying around a maul that does double damage right off the bat.
So, which way shall we go? Well, I'm healing and
I
dealing
know
with
which way
my
I'm going.
friend.
I think we should.
Alright,
leave
Balsar
first.
is going to Volshtik. I mean, yeah, he's going back to Volshtik, and the rest of us are going to Yathora.
Oh god.
Why are we doing this?
Don't worry, it'll be quick. I'm just gonna go in, burn them to
We
death.
go
and
watch
leave.
him die.
Just half fire, half octopus, just, half dragon, not half fire, half dragon, half octopus, breathing fire while strangling people with his tentacle
Half
legs.
fire breathing dragons.
I mean, you can still fit on the ship. You're only like 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
but
mean,
it's
you'll
full
fit.
wrap
It's just not going to be
around.
very comfortable.
I might break through the board.
Oh no, the boards can. If the boards can support,
Oh, yeah, that's
it.
The time when I tried to smash
it's
it.
it's kind of a warship. It's more of a frigate than anything
Yeah.
else. It's a bit smaller. It's
It-
like right in between a scout and a warship.
It held the priestess of the fish
Yeah,
people.
it held the
Oh.
Sahuagin's priestess fat ass. I'm sure you'll be fine. I mean, how much do you weigh, Balazar, before the transformation?
Okay, I need to find
The nose.
Oh yeah, description. 240 libs.
240. Yeah, you're only 480 pounds. The ship can support you.
But I wanted to burn the viewing.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go off and try to fuck around the town while the other guys go do stuff, I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you guys want to do.
You guys want to watch?
No, I think we're going to the next city.
And Spinkles is going to have private time while he heals.
I think you guys might have forgotten. Orcs are like my. Hold on. God,
Fourth hated races out there.
What's number one?
You know,
What do you think?
it's always, you always say
Starts
this,
with
he
a
just says-
K. Ends with a noble.
And yet he has a cobalt slave.
And then number 2 is Tiefling, number 3 is Drow, number 5 is colored dragons, not the metallic kind. But they're okay. It's just the colors.
It's racist.
yeah, I was about to say, Balsar is
Bella's extremely racist.
I'm
He's not
actually
just regular
extremely-
racist. He's not just regular racist. He's like, I'm writing a list of how racist I am racist.
exactly. That's
All
Balsar.
right.
Well, some of them are for personal reasons, and some of them are because screw them. I mean, honestly, can you find even one person who actually likes kobolds other than Spankles, of course?
Spinkles likes everyone.
I
Even
actually have played kobolds in the past as my character.
Fine, I'll go back on the ship with you guys. The orcs can wait, I guess.
Hey,
Oh, there's
Balthazar, could you send
plenty
one
of them. That's the
tentacles
kingdom
down?
of Moldova. There's plenty of orcs if you want to go back
Oh.
sometime.
I was just gonna go to the village, not the little house on the map. That's where I was gonna go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The place that we just
Welcome
burnt
to.
down the tavern in.
I wanted to finish the job.
Okay, go finish the job. Go ahead.
Well,
But
it
now,
must be very flammable with all the
I'm with
shit
you
laying
guys.
on the street from
Oh yeah,
Billy.
there's no way they've cleaned all that up yet.
Oh yeah, no, you can still see the fire off in the distance.
It litters the streets. No, I'm
I
talking
mean,
about
you-
the poop, not the
Yeah.
fire. I think
I
some
wonder,
of that
did
caught
the
Oh
shit-
no! I'll tell you about a horror story that involves that. My buddy Forrest we were playing, and he decided to experiment with residual magic called wild magic. So he was like, okay, I'm going to make a spell. What's the spell? I'm going to have him just like eject all of his innards, just like fucking start puking out his insides. It's like, all right, go ahead and do it. No, he didn't make that spell. He made a spell accidentally because of backfire. Call Expellus Uranus. They had to quarantine half the city. People drowned.
If Ankles was dealing with that spell, it's called the brown note.
No, that's like your fetish.
It is called the brown note if they're shitting.
Brown nope.
I'm going to be taking my other Cobalt slave down to the room for some nurse time.
Okay.
You guys have fun up here.
You take your kobold down to your room for nurse time quotation.
I try to squeeze myself onto the ship, try not to break the mast.
Okay, well, you get on the ship just fine. I mean, your ship's only like 12 feet. Your ship's 12 feet tall, but it's like 30 feet wide, so you're fine.
You guys stole the largest ship you could find.
It's not even really that big.
The best ship we could ever find, man.
It's really not that big, but it'll hold.
Although, why couldn't you guys steal a flying ship? Come on, people.
Because there weren't any.
It'd be a lot easier to get around.
I wonder if they have flying ships in the kingdom of... I mean, this is probably the best way to get around there.
The kingdom of what?
The kingdom of... You know, the kingdom of...
Ah, yes, the kingdom of... Yeah, no, if you guys can get to the kingdom of... We can possibly find them.
Just I can imagine the kingdom of... has, like, the greatest stuff in the entire world. It's just that we'll never get there.
Is this filled with millions of dragons?
My people! I finally found my people!
And all of them just...
They're all colored dragons.
And they worship Spankles like a god, so he gets free shit.
Also... That's what would happen.
Alright. Shall we get trucking?
Onwards to Euthora.
Well, anyway. So, you guys climb back up onto the ship. Everyone's on the ship. You're sitting on deck. You are too tall to go below deck, though.
Spankles. Sing Drunken Sailor while you're having sex.
Oh, that would be
What
glorious.
do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken...
I said Spankles, not you.
I know, I'm just acting out what would happen.
Drunken sailor, what you gonna do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
He's gonna have something early in the morning.
Yeah.
He's gonna have morning in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, I will hum that.
What do we do with a drunken...
Yeah, how about we just stop there? You guys are floating in the water. Do you guys want to carry on, keep going north toward Volcanus?
Spankles is going to die because no one wants to deal with his sex jokes.
I thought we were gonna go to Euthora.
Yeah, we're going to Euthora.
You guys want to go to Euthora instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going.
Wait,
All
what did you say we were gonna go for?
What did you guys want to go to Euthora for?
Armor and gear.
No, I meant what did you say?
It's a Volcanus Island.
Oh, alright. Euthora. Oh yeah, let's check that list one more time. What was the stuff we needed?
Armor.
The things you guys need are for the vampire cure or just stuff you guys need?
Just anything.
For that, we need Nightshade, Vampire Blood, Paladin Blood. We got someone looking for the Foxtail, and garlic.
Garlic's garlic. You can find it anywhere.
You can find that growing out in the wild.
All right, well, you guys want to go to Euthora?
Set sail for adventure.
All right, you all set sail for Euthora.
Past
guys
the Isle of Hags. Hopefully we don't get attacked by harpies again.
Yeah, I mean, that is still a possibility. You got to go through that little strait right there in order to get to Euthora.
I have a fear that the harpies are the hags.
And Spankles is down underneath the deck, heck with his kobold. So you guys are shit out of luck if they start singing.
All right, you guys set sail.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You guys move along the coast. You guys
Cover
moving
my
along the
ears.
coast.
Yeah.
You cover your ears. You don't want to listen to the sounds.
If we had wax, you guys can just shove it in your ear and not listen.
Shove it up your ear.
I do believe you guys have wax to shove in your ears in case
Right,
you hear
you have
sprinkles in a
Fucking
special
candles
time.
anywhere,
Whoa,
so-
hold on a minute. They added an elephant race to the game?
Yes, that's been there for a while.
Loxodon,
I do believe that's
Civic Hybrid,
the
Diashino,
Magic the Gathering game.
Medalic.
I wonder if we're gonna get attacked on our way there.
You have a 12-foot tall dragon. I'm pretty sure you're safe.
Not only does he have tentacle legs now, but he's also like 12 feet tall.
I've become a kaiju.
Oh god.
We need
Don't
some
forget
niggers.
his
Where's
deadliest ability.
Godzilla? I'm coming for him.
His deadliest ability, infinite
What?
cheese.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Balthazar, speaking of which, your pockets are starting to get really heavy.
Hold on, there's something in my pocket.
Yeah, you haven't pulled any cheese out of your pocket for a while.
I would like some cheese down
Something
here,
smells.
please.
Smells like moldy. Oh crap! My cheese. I just like start.
Like blue cheese.
Oh yeah,
like,
you just start
taking the cheese out.
tearing. You just start tearing cheese out of your pocket. I mean, none of it's molded; it's just older. For some
Well,
reason,
I'll
the
take a
cheese
little
never goes
cheese.
bad.
Oh, false alarm! It was just the blue cheese. That's supposed to be moldy.
Yeah, you basically start chucking cheese out of your pocket. You do it for a couple minutes, and
Oh.
it gets a lot lighter. Now you guys got like 30, 40 pounds of cheese just sitting on the deck.
Hope this doesn't sink the boat or anything.
No, a couple of your kobold cooks comes by, takes it, and just takes
Wait,
it down
are the-
underneath.
Are the cheese since I became giant? Is the cheese also huge? Like
I'm gonna roll
everything
for that. I'm
These
gonna roll
are
for
the
that.
questions.
Everything
Yes,
else. became
actually, your cheese
my
is
armor.
big. Your cheese is huge as well.
The most
So,
important.
you know what? You guys
character in the
got
show.
60 pounds of cheese just sitting on your deck now. The kobolds come by and just kind of drag it off underneath.
He's more important than the salami and the bologna combined.
You mean he's the kobolds aren't coming up with pickaxes and trying to mine it away?
Pretty much. I mean, it's almost gotten to that point. One of them takes up a sword just to cut through it.
Mouse miners. Jesus.
I told you they were rats.
One of them looks at you and goes like, "What?" One of them looks at you and goes like, "I'm a goddamn cook."
Rat cook.
Hear me shout from underneath the deck.
Ever
Be
seen
nice to Silky
Ratatouille?
Raven.
I didn't know they added a cook race.
Be nice to my my Silky Raven.
Fucking Ratatouille, man.
I'm sorry, we're gonna start the Ratatouille race. It's just a literal stack of vegetables.
Alright.
Anyway, so as you guys are sailing through here, Telron eventually wakes up and he sees the fucking 12-foot tall Balazar, and he just looks up at you, scans you
also-
up and down, and just goes like, "Oh fuck, not this again."
Does he also see
Right.
the kobolds cutting the giant cheese?
Yeah, he sees that too, and that's how he replies: "Is oh fuck, not this again."
Hi, welcome back to the real world. We do real world things.
he leans his head back onto the pillow and goes like, "Yeah, I'm sure you do."
His past adventures must have been with morons that had this happen to them before.
Taron says, "I've had some weird shit happen in my life," and he says, "And this is definitely reaching the top."
How's my health going?
Oh, your health is starting to go back up, and that's not the only thing going back up.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. You guys.
I so want to walk out with
His will to
without
live.
my pants on and walk by Telrod and go, Hey, what's up?
You walk by, he looks at you as you do that, and he goes like, he just looks at you, walk by, you know, a foot smaller, naked, just, or excuse me, no pants on. He just looks at you and goes like, yep, okay, I'm in the real world.
Just grab cheese and go. All right, I'm going back down to my partner.
He goes back down, and Telron looks at Balazar and goes like, is he smaller?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
He's on a diet. Don't worry.
Ah. Okay, that makes sense.
Don't ask don't ask about the cleaved-in skull. About fucking Spankles. Don't ask about
the flesh wound off the back of his head.
Don't ask why a chunk of his skull is like shoved in.
Just don't.
Yeah, speaking of which, Telron says, yeah, speaking of which, of Bastion's skull, you guys should probably all invest in helmets. That might be a good idea.
I had a helmet. I gave it away
You did.
to the guy who smacked me in the head.
This is your lesson. This is the lesson. Always wear your helmet.
I was
Spin around your companions.
No, here's the lesson. Never mess with
Never mess with scuba dunce and always wear your helmet when you're
Yeah.
around your companion.
My skull is my helmet.
They're gonna put that on your grave.
Here, hold my beer.
It's the gnome's fault as well.
Telron says, huh, that's kind of strange. It says the same thing on my grandma's grave.
Oh yeah, hey, remember that time you undid the thing Spankles did? Can you do that to me? Just make me normal sized.
Yes, he says I can try.
Just don't worry about Spankles. He loves his shorter self.
He reaches down to the little pouch he has and he says, you need to come here though.
I just like lean over towards him.
You pretty much just lean over and put your face in front of him. I mean, your face is like the size of his torso, so he just does that and he kind of reaches into one of the pouches on him and he's like, I just like slaps you in the face with this stuff. And as he does that, you feel the magic wear off. As the magic wears off and he opens up his hand and you see just a small little gemstone in his hand and he goes like, mine.
Huh?
He says it's a special powder. He says it condenses magic into a stone form.
Oh, now he now has a jewel that can cast growth on himself.
Pretty much, if he ever needs to. This is how he does. He is a warrior by heart who does not know any shit for magic, but he has plenty of incantations in order to use magic.
Hey, excuse me. Do you think you could give that to me, not him? That'd
No.
be great.
No, I want to keep it. It's just
No. No.
He wants
Taron
to
says,
keep it
no, it's mine now. I had to use powder to get rid of the magic. He says, that stone is mine.
Oh, I see how it is. Frickin', you don't give it to the dragon. Oh yeah, because the dragons, they just like take stuff over and all the stuff.
He says, oh, no. He says, if you come Titans, and then he says, we'll talk about dragons taking shit over. He says, if you want to go fight a few of them, you're more than welcome to. He says, that's one of the biggest issues we have right now.
How much money are you paying for that?
He says, oh, I wouldn't be paying. He says, the king would be paying. And he pays platinum.
That's a kingly gift. Let's go there.
He says, yeah, he says, as much as I like you guys, he says, you'll all die terrible.
Yeah, too bad the king hates us.
Yeah, just turn around and look at him and go,
No, I didn't want to
die. At least one of us will have some fun.
I didn't want a job anyways.
I already have a job.
You do?
Yeah, and all the dead bodies are fucking burnt down. Can't do my job with you ninwits around.
You had plenty of time.
He needs
do
to
your
go
work.
collect his organs.
I can't just do it in like, I slice everyone's head off. The place is about to burn down. I can't just like sit there and become a goddamn surgeon.
I mean, there was like a ton of time.
We did have a lot of time, plus the guards about to come check on the tavern because he got
Could have
quiet.
done it while Telron was dying. Oh no, Telron! wait here, guys. I just need to get a few spleens, alright?
I believe you have my spleen.
I really just picture the fucking Earth Ganashi just looking exactly like the freaking guy with the glasses from Office Space. I can't think of his name right now. I swear to God, if you test my organs, I'll burn this whole place to the ground.
You have my stapler.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe you have my organs.
I got
How much have
a
I healed?
T-shirt that's just the broken fax machine. That's all it is. Just a broken fax machine with a couple of baseball bats.
Fax machine broke.
Aaron,
What's up?
how much have I healed?
I mean, you've been down there for. I mean, by the time you guys get close to Ythora, it's been about an hour, and you're recovering with the food she cooked. You're recovering at a rate of about 9 health an hour.
Alright, so now we just put the ship somewhere in the water and take the spare rowboat over to the town of Ythora. Then we buy stuff.
Yep.
Simple.
As it sits, you guys are sitting about 25 miles off the coast of Ythora. You're just crossing the Isle of Hags. Well, the question is, does the Isle of Hags deliver the hags?
Don't listen to them. They'll suck your liver out through your dick.
All right, you look on the coast of the Isle of Hags as you fly by, or as you sail by. You notice that there are harpies flying around the island, and a few of them look in your direction, and you don't really notice too much. You can't see it, but they're not singing. They're just looking at you, and they immediately look away and go back to flying around.
Still covering my ears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're all covering your ears.
They remember when I passed, I sang better than them.
They remember hearing a song that was enough to overpower their own and hypnotize their own. They remember the ship, not who was on it, but they remember the ship.
Wait,
And your
hold
ship
on.
looks strangely familiar.
Hold on. I know the
They don't
reason.
want to bug with us.
I know the real reason why they turned away is because when I saw they were looking at us, I was like, "Ladies."
No, mostly they can just smell the orgy under the deck.
Paul Sprinkles is butt ass naked on deck.
Looking toward us. Ladies.
I was gonna make a chicken leg reference.
Oh, look at that fried
The
chicken.
under the deck problem happening right now is a lot better than what I had.
What were you gonna say?
Hey, wait, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're probably scared because of me, because chicken legs.
I'm good.
You fucking asshole. They're birds.
Well, what does that have to do with you?
I'm an organ harvester. Hello. Have you already forgotten the span of
He's
20
the
seconds?
organ harvesting ranger. I think he'd be good.
No,
necromancer.
I was implying that you're not threatening at all.
All right.
Not in the slightest.
Onward to victory.
All right. You guys land on the coast near Ythora. You can see some of the docks of the nearby town right there.
All right. How many hours has it passed?
Since you guys left there, it's been about 2.5 hours.
Wait, so we're not like putting the ship somewhere else? Like,
No,
out
you're
in
just
the water?
going straight through Ythora since you know Ythora is friendly.
oh, okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
So the tales of our bad deeds has not reached Ythora.
Oh no, they have not reached there, but Terran says, to be fair, because of the Ythora is at war with Moldova, if they hear about us causing that problem in Volstik, they might welcome us quite well.
No, I'm talking about what happened at Tilmore.
Oh! He says, that's a great question. We're not sure if it has yet or not. They didn't know where we were going. As far as they know, we went to Volcanis Island, I believe, is what we had been sent to.
Well, in that case, just in case you three go on, you two go on without us. Just go first. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I think we should take the humans along as well, so we can.
yeah. Remember
The human says that they prefer to stay on the ship. He says they need deckhands to watch after everything. They say there's a couple small repairs that need to be done, and two of them happen to be used to be sailors, and they said they can take care of that.
Hey,
Nice.
you
And,
guys,
Spankles
you
is
guys,
still dealing with his special problems.
you guys
Yeah,
like need any
you're-
clothes or something?
Pardon?
I'm talking to the former captives. You guys like need better clothes because you're kind of wearing just rags and crap.
No, they look down themselves and go like, "Yeah, that would be a good idea." And we don't have any money, and we're not paid.
Oh, well, sorry, I don't got any money on me. You're gonna have to ask me.
You fucking Jew!
Excuse me.
He's the dragon here.
Are you sure? So we can't get at least one human with us?
No. One of them says, "If you really need someone to go with you, I'll go with you."
Anyone who stays on the ship is part of Spankles' orgy.
I'm getting off the ship.
Everyone gets
that-
off the ship.
Including the kobolds.
Nope, Colts can't.
Oh, you know what? I'll give it a roll to see who gets off the ship. Let me pull up this. Let me pull up your cruise sheet.
Whoever doesn't get out the ship right now is a psychopath.
Of course, Spankles is going to be on the ship no matter what.
No, he's the reason why we're getting off the ship.
Exactly.
All right. Out of all of your slaves, all but 2 get off the ship.
And who are they?
The 2 that don't get off the ship
Who
are
those ones?
the 2 kobold Spankle zones.
Yes.
I already knew they were morons, so.
Well, they're kind of endowed to him, so the kobolds gave them their word. We shall serve you for our lives, and they're not about to
Alright.
disobey orders.
All
So
right,
these guys got off the ship.
I guess you're coming with me, Le Boutet.
So they literally got
Aye.
off the ship.
Yeah, they all
Everyone got
literally
off the
just
ship.
got off the ship as you guys docked in the town of Euthora.
Colts, hurry! Cut the gangplank and start hoisting the sails. We're leaving them.
What'd you say?
What?
Did you
I
say
can't hear
something?
you.
Did you say something up there?
You tell the kobolds to do that, and they both look at you and go like, yeah, that's not really gonna work. We're kind of that big, and those ropes are like this big."
Yeah, you can't ask like a total of you 3 midgets to just move a ship.
Yeah, pretty much. And the kobolds are still bigger than you. Don't forget that, Spankles. You're very lucky you didn't lose any of your stats.
I think I might have
Very
read
nice.
that
One
somewhere.
had some pleasure out.
Let's just keep getting Spankles smaller until he turns into Ant-Man.
So, question: the kobold
Yes.
that joined me down the did she enjoy it?
The one kobold that joined you, since the prettier one was cooking, the one that joined you goes like, eh. She says, "I've had rapes better than that."
Who
We will
would
get
want to
a
do
strap
that
on.
to a
We can
kobold?
try that one next.
Must be really desperate.
I mean, who wants to fuck him?
You know what? I'll join you guys if you guys find me a altar boy outfit to run around in.
Jesus fuck! Let's just go get him, Father Gregory, Telron says.
He really wants that altar boy.
We have a priest with us. Of course, I want the altar boy.
No.
Yeah,
You
Telron
don't
says I'm
wanna
not really
get my
quite
website.
sure if Crestbraid will do that.
Oh, I know he won't, but it's still a good old joke.
Alright, let's go into the town of Euthora and buy some absolutely shitty items.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna join them. Kobolds can come with me if anyone wants to stay on the boat.
Everyone's coming. So
Everyone is here.
everyone is here.
here.
Except Waluigi.
Alright, let's go.
Well, considering that Balazar, I believe, has most gold, right? I think he should help out some of our humans
Well,
and
Yes, are
kobolds.
less fortunate.
Yeah.
Balasar, what do you think he's doing?
Running away so he doesn't have to pay any money. That's what he's doing.
Dragon.
Goomerdoons
Spend stuff
is a
on-
douchebag.
Okay.
turn the tide if we're gonna win or not.
Spankles will wake your jankles. Billy
Alright,
Champez is full of crap.
let's do this shopping.
Literally.
So let's get this shopping done and over
Right.
with.
Wait,
I gotta
you
buy some
guys-
tags.
one more. Gravel crust braid. Who gives a crap? All right,
Okay.
let's go.
You know what?
Alright.
I'm gonna run up next to Gravel Crestbrain and just grab his hand and be like, I'm acting like a child, so just play along.
Oh god.
I've gotten shorter.
Well,
It's either one of you carries me or I get to hold the
you
hand.
currently have Spankles holding lovingly into your hand, like as if you were his long lost son.
No one will
Spankles.
ever know that he's actually a pimp.
Spankles, how many times do I have to tell you? Please keep your fetishes to yourself.
Yeah, just turn to the dragon. You be my hoe. I pimp you out.
Well, I'll pimp you out.
Yeah, I'd be really careful. Don't forget, Spankle's primary fetish is lizards and dragons.
Don't forget demons.
Can't forget demons, apparently.
Demons and dragons.
And a vampire.
Pretty sure if we give Spankles the chance to become a necrophiliac, putting the fun back in funeral.
I will point out he does have a thing for a vampire.
He's gonna love the Viashino.
Jeez, how long is this road? It's like taking us a while.
You
to get
guys are
there.
basically, as you guys are doing all this shit, you're dealing with all the port paperwork here. Just signing on, this is your ship,
Yeah, just put Captain Spankles right as the ship owner.
Who he does ask who the harbor master here, she does ask who does own the ship.
Short stuff
Everyone.
raises his hand. I do.
She looks down at you, she looks at the others and goes like, is this true?
What do you want?
If he's the captain, then you don't have to pay for the parking.
I am Captain Spankles.
Yeah, he's the captain, all right. He's in charge of this fine galleon.
Most certainly, he
But
is
the
100%.
big dragon dude is in charge of my
And
purse, so...
he's the one who pays for... Wait, hold on. What'd you just say?
If I'm the captain, you're the treasurer.
Shit, it didn't work.
Dragon.
Well,
Sandy.
you say that to her, and she says, well, it is a dragon, and they do hold gold, so he would make a good treasure.
Hey, that's racist. It's true, but it's racist.
She says, it's only racist if it's not true.
John did it. I run away.
You go running off, and she just kind of lets you run past. And as you go running past, they meet the dock guards. They're standing right there, and they all just kind of slam their halberds into the ground. Just tap them on the ground and just put their hands up to stop you.
Oh, well.
I mean, there's really only one way off the dock, and they're both standing there.
Yeah, I just look at the dockmaster and go,
I mean,
And
there's
these
another one.
guys, oddly enough, as you guys are getting there, you notice that the guards here are very, very heavily armed.
I mean, there is another way off the dock, but you're not gonna.
I
like it.
whisper to one of them, Psst, where'd you get your armor?
They look at you and they just say, from the blacksmith.
What blacksmith? How much does he pay?
He doesn't pay, he charges.
how much does he charge?
How much does he fucking charge then, you asshole?
He goes like, well, it depends on what kind of armor you're looking for.
Yeah, heavy armor like yours.
They're not wearing heavy armor, they're just big ass weapons.
Just fucking ass.
I'm gonna flirt with the dockmaster and wonder if she has a sleep spell to use on any of my companions if they get too riled.
You ask her for if she has a sleep
Oh,
spell.
I thought you were gonna say so that see if you can lower the docking price.
Oh no,
Wait,
the docking price here is free.
Oh,
Nice.
They just need to document you.
The other part is I'm flirting with her to see if she has a spell that she could use on you guys.
She
if
says,
you guys
no,
get too
I'm not a
much."
magician.
It's very real estate.
She says, I'm not a spellcaster, unfortunately.
Still trying to get into her pants, though.
Oh, she's got her belt on tight. He's not getting in there.
The Spankles could still flirt for her.
I mean, you're welcome to
Don't-
try.
don't you already have a sleep spell though?
I have a sleep spell, but I do not wish to use it. I'm just wondering if she has one in case you guys are out of hand.
No, she says she's not a spellcaster. She doesn't have anything like that.
Rolled a 19 for flirting.
This coming from
You rolled a 19 for flirting?
Mr. Spankles, I see.
Remember, I get a +4 with me looks.
Yeah, you do get a +4 with your looks.
Yep.
You flirt with her. And,
23.
you flirt with her, and I mean, she's flirting with you, so.
Oh yeah.
He's still 2 feet tall.
He's still 2 feet tall, and she's basically doing it to amuse him. You can tell.
She's doing it to him.
He's like a cute little child trying to get laid.
She thinks you're a child.
Just pull down your pants and show her.
No, I'm not getting arrested for that. Indecent exposure would be a charge I don't need.
Don't worry, indecent exposure is not invented in the medieval ages, so you're fine.
Thanks, Rome.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
It's only murder if they find a body. Otherwise, it's a missing persons case.
Poor little
Shall we
cute
continue?
flap say it was an accident.
I swear to God, an accident.
Can you guys just like
thought she was
pay
18,
rent or
officer.
something? I don't know.
She said she was 18, officer, I swear.
Remember, in the medieval times, if you were 14, you were illegal.
I think that's still true in China.
In Japan, it's 13.
Oh my.
Oh. Don't ask on.
Well, to be fair, in Japan, they literally have vending machines. I use schoolgirl panties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shall we continue? This is
Yeah, let's continue before it gets
Yeah, let's
weirder.
get past that. Anyway, the guard's still standing there, and he just tells you that he got his armor and equipment from blacksmith. He says he's part of the military, so.
I mean, technically, it's not pet. Never mind.
So how much?
He says,
How much?
I didn't pay for it. He says, I'm part of the military. I just get the uniform.
Just get the uniform.
You're asking guards how much they paid
Rockhead, please
for their
stop,
armor.
stop bugging the good guard and continue on.
Oh, he says it's not bugging me. He says it's quite amusing, honestly.
Excuse me. I am not to be amused by. I am the killer of
This is-
place thing.
Did you call him Rocket?
I'm from
Rockhead.
the island of. I'll have you know.
He says, yes, the island of. He says, I'm not really impressed, honestly.
Well, your mother is homosexual.
Roll a d20.
God.
20.
Why 20 on?
Does he just start crying and curl up into the fetal position?
No, he does that, and he just kicks his leg out towards you to push you away. And I mean, you see it, and you just kind of move.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I kind of went too far, I guess, man.
Your mom is very heterosexual, okay?
Skin reduce.
He was like,
Please-
damn right she is.
Please beg for his forgiveness. Get on your knees and beg.
He points at the harbor master and actually goes like, actually, no, that's my mom. She's
Okay.
totally not heterosexual.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, can I get fucking past now?
He looks at her and goes like, did you finish the paperwork? She goes, yes. And he goes like, yeah.
Later,
Steps out of
nerd.
your way, and you guys go into the city.
You know,
Or
he
the
just-
little village here.
I salute the guards as I walk by.
Salute them, and it's not the same salute they know, so they're confused.
kind of what
Get
I
the
other
feel like
salute.
Spankles would be the type of person who would just slap their ass as he went by.
he salutes his balls. Just lifts his balls up as a salute.
Just like helicopter spins it. Just
Just goes right up to his forehead.
Well, we did say it might be magical, and it might ascend to godhood.
Who knows?
anyway, so you guys enter the little village here. The village here doesn't really look like the typical villages you guys come across. It's a lot more militarized here.
Yeah,
lots of guards around here, lots of different weaponries and equipments and shops. There's a lot of trading caravans here, and most of these trading caravans are carrying weapons, ammunition, food, military supplies, things like that.
It's Scoomer. Probably, we just got here. You probably shouldn't break the law yet.
Yeah, it might be a good idea because these guards here, like, they got a serious chip on their shoulder, and they're all not at all very happy.
I think that guy's wielding a pickaxe. You know what those do to rocks, right?
He's not just wielding a pickaxe. He's dual wielding pickaxes.
Dang.
It's a pickaxe.
That man most certainly plays Minecraft.
Are those picks made of diamond?
No, they're made of your mom.
All roasted.
And the case given as an Earth Kanashi, this could be canon.
Strongest material ever.
Yeah, just have the pickaxe talk to Dosh.
The pickaxe speaks to you as you walk by.
Honey, is that you?
Oh God, run!
Mother, I haven't seen you in years.
Anyway,
My Scoomer Duden's voice.
so you're standing in the middle of the. You're just standing in the middle of the village right now. Quite a lot of people here. Lots of humans. There are some orcs, but they seem different than the ones up in Moldova. Mainly in the way of they're actually groomed. Their skin isn't as dark, and they seem a lot more cheerful than the others.
And
They're
so-
different.
Also, they're not attacking you. So
I probably should have left these organs on the boat. Just saying.
I know you just have a sack full of organs. I mean, that's your thing.
Oh, you got a liver we can cook up?
As far as anyone here is concerned, your sack of organs is just game you killed.
I mean, I highly doubt there's a black market in this kind of place because, you know, it's like so heavily guarded and crap. No one wants to risk it. But you can go on ahead and find one anyways.
Tauron is with you guys. He's healed up enough. And he says, where there's military, he says there's odds to be a secondary market somewhere.
Nice.
Well, I guess that's your
walk around
job.
and ask.
By the way, no, this isn't just a ploy to get rid of Scoomer for now.
Well, fuck you too.
Just go sell your stupid organs.
Tauron says, do you want to go try to find somewhere to sell your organs?
Let's try the butchery first.
He says that would be the best place to go.
Let's go.
All right, you guys go. You and Tauron go to the local butcher. You ask a few directions. They direct you, and they take you. They don't take you to the butcher. They take you to the what looks like almost like a military cook kind of guy.
Hey, what would they use organs for? Isn't that like the part that butchers don't use?
It depends on the butcher and depends on the meal being prepared.
I mean, like I know about liver.
It's like cremated.
You can also eat heart.
Liver can be used, heart can be used, brain can be used.
Did you just say cremated?
Yeah, what about it?
Just inhale dust. That's my
Inhale.
Don't worry, we snort that.
Oh yeah, that's some good burnt liver.
All right, so is he buying them or not?
Nope. Show him the organs you have. He takes a look at them and says, "Well, I can tell exactly what these are."
Yeah.
He says, "You're a terrible person for collecting these."
So do you want any or not?
He says, "But when it's made into a stew, the soldiers don't ask questions."
Yeah.
No one will ever know.
He says, "I'll probably make haggis out of it."
They're organs.
Yes.
He says, "Well,
I'm
they're
running around in a
organs."
kilt. Oh, and I hear haggis.
Would you like some haggis with that?
I'd like your finest haggis, please.
The butcher here is a big orc, by the way, big, huge orc.
What the bloody job are you guys talking about now?
Anyway,
Mind your own
he
business.
takes a look. He takes a look through them all, determines the quality, the cut. He takes a good long look and goes like, He says, "For all of that, He says, "Well, as it sits, you currently are carrying on you about 25 pounds of organs." He says, "I'll give you 3 gold a pound."
3 gold a pound.
He says the cut. He says the cut's not quite bad. He says whoever cut it out seemed to be having a decent idea of what they were doing. He says three gold a pound for it. He says, so with your 25 pounds of that, he says, I'll give you 75 gold for the whole bundle.
All right, sounds like a deal.
All right. Hand him he hands you the gold. You hand him the sack of organs, and he puts them in the back. He opens up the hatch that's behind the counter and goes and puts them in the underground storage, which in medieval age acts as a fridge.
Hey, Scuba Douche, could you see about doing some shopping for food supply for the ship?
You're gonna put this lunatic in charge of food?
Why not? He knows.
He literally just sold off a bunch of organs. You don't know why.
I'm pretty sure I trust him.
All right, I can find food.
With your wine, Kobold, who knows how to cook. She'll know what to buy.
Well, I want to keep Silky Raven close to me.
Oh,
I might go shopping for clothing.
Oh.
Close to you and inside of her.
Hey, Butcher, one more thing.
Yes.
Do you have any lizard tongue?
Lizard tongue. 1 second.
Kind of split. Long.
If Spangles finds lizard tongues on his ship, he's going to try to transmute it into his body.
Don't do that.
Balasar clamps his mouth shut.
He says lizard tongue would be quite exotic. He says, let me go check. And he goes back down into the hole. Does he carry anything?
Why lizard tongue?
He leaves for a while, and eventually he comes back up. And inside of the butcher paper, the brown paper, he wraps that up, and he just puts it on the counter. And it's a big slab. It's about 12 inches long and about 6 inches wide.
Ooh, delicious looking.
He goes,
how much?
Yes, he says, fresh off a white dragon.
Oh.
He says, we had this imported over from Titansland not too long ago.
At least it was.
He says, sometimes I pick up exotic things for the king.
I see.
Oh, hold on a minute. That reminds me. Speaking of exotic things, I've been lugging this crap around all day. You know what? I don't know if you're the right person to give this to, but I pull out the Hydra scale that I've kept this whole time.
Oh, the Hydra scales?
Yeah, I only have one, though.
Mm. He looks at that and goes like, oh. He says that would be something to take to the blacksmith.
We did take the flesh of the Hydra.
Yeah, but I ate that days ago, alright? Forgotten you.
He says that is, in fact, a Hydra scale. Do you have any more of those? Or just one?
I believe Authentic was carrying the rest of it.
So I'm pretty sure you guys scaled the Hydra down.
Yeah, we took the hide of it and
yeah, you got the hide and you have the scales, and most of the scales is still on the hide. He says that he would recommend take that to the either the blacksmith or to a tailor.
All right, well, let's take this to both, I guess.
He says I take it to a tanner as well.
All right, you guys do that. I'm gonna just let's get all these scales to that blacksmith.
All right,
we're going there anyways.
So how much is the tongue?
He says for a dragon's tongue, he says the one right here that I threw up here, he says this one right here weighs about 15 pounds. He says, and for dragon tongue, he says it's a delicacy and, as you can imagine, quite difficult to get. He says I charge 18 gold a pound for this.
18 gold a pound. Let's see. Do you have any more other tongues?
He
the
says,
ones that belong to like.
Why do you want a tongue?
He says, well, if you want more different.
Why do I want a what?
Tongue, he says I carry more just basic stuff, bear, pig, kobold, that kind of thing.
Why do you want a tongue so badly?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. It just fucking like.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
All right, what was the question?
Why the
tongue?
It's a delicious delicacy. I know how to fry it.
Why are we here from the first place? We're here to get armor and stuff.
Don't
You
waste
guys
your
want
gold
food,
on crap like this.
Not exotic.
Yeah, I want food, but I don't want the expensive crap.
Yeah, I'm trying to find stuff that's like delicious but less expensive. So that's.
He says, well, if that's the case, he
Get
says
some
I can
meat
sell you,
instead,
just
jeez.
regular, beef tongue, cow tongue.
I'll take that.
Forget
All
the
right.
tongue. Let's have some actual
He says,
beef.
He says that one's a hell of a lot easier to get. He says that one's just 2 gold for 5 pounds.
Gold for 5 pounds. I'll take 20 pounds.
Alright. It says 5 gold.
Well, I've got tongue in my mouth all the time. I don't want to taste some other creature's tongue. That's gay.
Alright. Give him 5 gold. He gives you 25 pounds of tongue.
Put it in a bag.
Puts it in a bag.
Alright, guys, we're done here.
Put it in a bag.
That's all you buy for food. Just cow tongue.
I walk out of the store.
You walk out of the store with your tongue in hand.
Let's see what else there is.
And I buy some actual food from the butcher.
All right, you ask the butcher. Well, he asks you what kind of food are you looking for. He says, "Do you want rations? Do you want actual stuff at the store?" He says, "Do you want dried foods? What do you want?"
I guess dry food and rations.
He says, "In that case, you want to go to the general trader." He says, "I deal with only cuts."
All right.
All right.
Come on then.
You guys leave the butchers. You want to go to the general trader?
Yeah, let's go to the freaking blacksmith first.
Yeah, let's go to the blacksmith before we waste all of our gold.
Waste all our time and gold.
How much do you all have?
I have no idea.
I have...
Spankles, how much do you have on you?
Well, remember, Spankles and I were kind of in a sharing.
Okay, that's right. Travis has Spankles and his... How much do you have on you?
I believe we had 200. Like, yeah, that's the number I wrote down.
Okay, you guys have 200. Frank, how much do you have on you?
I have 1.5 platinum, 32 gold, 6 silver, and 50 copper.
And don't you have a single platinum as well?
That's what I
He
said.
says 1.5 platinum.
Okay.
All right.
I
and
missed out on
Dosh,
that.
how much do you have on you?
I
How
think
much
I have
Dosh you
like
got, Dosh?
200 gold.
Alright. I'm just going to write down 200.
And
Keep track
as
of
a,
your guys' money for right now.
as a personal amount, I have only 6 gold and 40 silver.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm
Alright.
sure I got more gold, but I'm just going to say I stored it somewhere.
So what did I miss?
Well, you guys arrive at the blacksmith. The blacksmith here is a he actually is as well as a earth Ganashi.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, this one's a full-blooded one. He's sitting here at this forge. He doesn't sweat or anything like that. I mean, he's like made of rock, so
So there's a
he's just
chance
sitting there going at the forge, perfectly happy. He doesn't have any protective gear or anything. He's just wearing normal clothes as he's working. I mean, the heat doesn't. He doesn't give a shit about the heat.
So there's a chance that he's literally putting his flesh into this.
Oh yeah, you watch him all the time. He puts his hands right into the fire and doesn't even give a shit.
This is really handmade.
Would his hand melt in the lava, though?
Don't
It's
ask
not
questions.
lava. It's just fire.
It's fire.
Fire is not nearly hot enough. As a matter of fact, the fire just makes his hands even harder.
Isn't there like
Fire.
blacksmiths usually have like this molten crap in their forge?
Mm-mm. No.
I must have been seeing the wrong kind of blacksmiths then.
I don't know what the hell you were watching.
All right, I'll walk up to the
The
blacksmith.
only kind of molten stuff they have in their forge is molten metal, but that's after they've had a bellows going on it for hours.
So hey,
Does the Scoomer get like a kinship bonus?
Oh, you could potentially if you want to try to appeal to him.
all right.
Hello, my
what do I
fellow
roll?
Ganassi. How are you doing today? Get away from me, you creep.
All right, what do I roll?
Are you just going to try to roll to appeal to him?
Yeah, just
Or are
like
you going to try to talk your way?
I'm gonna like bro, like hey bro, how's it going?
All right. Go ahead and roll d20.
It
D20.
sounds like he's trying to appeal.
Wow, would you look at that? It's another 20.
It's almost as if those dice are rigged.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right,
At
you throw
least-
yourself in there. You have the little conversation with him. You try to appeal with him. He likes you quite a bit. He thinks you're good. He thinks you're funny. He likes you.
Finally, someone actually
You're
likes
interesting.
me. Cough, cough, Bowser.
You're very interesting.
I didn't know that was even
And you're
possible.
also, more importantly, a fellow organ hunter.
Come on, Jesus!
What the hell happened?
Okay, I just have to say this. With everything going on, I love the fact that my pink dice rolled a 20 and a 1 in the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah, my chair's broken.
Good.
What?
Fun.
How'd you break your chair?
You just leaned back into it.
Yeah,
God
just
damn it.
leaning.
You
For
lean
He
me,
in,
gets to
grasp
stand
it.
for the rest of the night.
It was already broken to begin with, but now it's even more broken.
leaning and leaning.
grasp it.
Just firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
I used to think he was referring to a grass pit called Firmly. Welcome to Firmly Grass Pit.
Alright.
Great.
So, these
Deep
two are
within
getting along?
jellyfish fields.
Yeah, they get
we're
along
organ
just
hunters.
fine. He likes you.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yes. He says there are more than one type of organ hunter.
No, I mean getting along with Scoomer-Doons.
Oh. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Baza.
Ah, crap, he even has the same catchphrase.
Oh, fuck you.
I get along with Scoomer Deuce.
Scoomer douche.
That's just how all the Ganassi, Earth Ganassi are.
Just they're very just kind of people.
It's like, yeah, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
Because he also
They're like
talks like this.
Canadians from South Park.
They're anti-Canadians.
Well, in that
Anyway, he asked you, so what brings you guys here? What can I do for you?
Wait, hold on,
Well,
in
I'm
that
looking
case-
for armor with spikes on it.
Well, you
Armor
gotta-
with spikes. He says, I could manage that if you want to.
Well, you have to make the blacksmith sort of sound like Scoomer-Doons now.
Oh, God.
He says,
Oh.
armor with spikes. He says, I could manage that if that's something you're looking for.
Fine, I'll just
how much
pretend
is it?
he is.
He says, well, it depends on the kind of armor do you want. Are you looking for, like, lighter armor, heavier armor? What do you want it made of?
I mean,
You know, like
Spankles doesn't sound like
somewhat
he's
armor
supposed to.
in between. You know,
So,
just
like, a
cover that
half-
with spikes.
He says, I could do, like, a half plate and then and put spikes on it.
Yeah, that works.
He says,
so-
how big
what
of
do you want?
spikes do you want? He says, do you want small ones? Do you want huge ones? Do you want, what the fuck, why do you have these size?
What the fuck, why you have these guys?
I'll put the how the fuck do you have these sides on my shoulders and on every other part of my body, just like medium, small.
Sure, he says I could do something like that.
How much is that
One
going to cost
second.
you?
That's what I'm Googling. That's what I'm looking at right now. Looking at how much half plate costs. And then I'm going to, I have a page up for armor enhancements. All right, half plate for that with the modification plus the discount he's going to give you because he likes you. He says, tell you what, I can make you some regular half plate. He says, I'll use a decent metal. He says, and with the spikes added onto it, he says, I could do it for, let's say, 400 gold.
400 gold.
He says, well, half plate by itself without the modifications costs 700 gold. So I think that's pretty fair.
Hmm.
He says, I'm basically giving you a half off coupon plus the modification.
Anyone else have like a spare 200 gold?
For Gale? No.
We could see about a
We got
trade,
like 4
see if
out
he
of
wants the...
What about a? Okay, hold on. What about a trade for some Hydra scales?
Ooh, he says, really now? What kind of hydra scales?
Balsar?
Oh, they're from a young one, so
A young one. He says, well, it's not nearly as malleable. But that would serve really well for the scouts. How many do you have?
about like 1 billion.
He says, I wish.
I do not have it written down myself, so I do not know how much we actually got.
Well, let's just say like
100.
like 500 something. It was still huge. I'm sure the
Well,
villagers
he
kept
says,
some.
well, let me think for a second. Oh, this is me thinking for a second. So it was a young hydra with the size of that, plus how you guys did when you did it. I think I might actually have it written it down. Hold on a second.
Gonna make me the most bullshit character in the entire campaign.
You guys, between all of you, you have about 200, or between what you guys harvested, you have about 200 hydra scales, young hydra scales.
So,
all
So,
these Hydra scales. Oh yeah, plus this one.
You show him all the Hydra scales, and he takes a look at them, holds them up to the forge, tests the heat endurance, tests some different things, pokes it with a couple needles, and he says, "Yeah," he says, "Tell you what," he says, "I'll sell you the." He says, "You'll sell me the scales. I'll give you the money, and then I'll just deduct the armor out of that."
all right.
how much?
All right. He says, "Well, with the quality of these scales versus how many you have." He says, I can offer you right here off the bat. Let me grab my calculator. He pulls out like an old-timey fucking calculator. Boris or whatever the hell it's called.
I just imagine like a modern day calculator, but made out of stone. Is that wrong?
He says, well, for all of that, he says, for all these scales, he says, I can give you platinum. He says, I'll give you 1.2 platinum. So 1,200 gold for it.
Oh.
I
He
just
says, and then I'll deduct the cost out of there. So he says, so I'll give you guys a little bit more of a buff. He says, I'll give you just straight, after the armor deduction, he says, I'll just give you a straight 850 gold.
I say yes, we can do that.
meanwhile, you just Balasar's just like
Balzar's just foaming from his mouth.
Spankles after Spankles brings out.
He says he'll give you 850 gold for the scales. And Teleron mentions to Crestbraid, don't forget, we still have the hide that we could do something with.
Oh yeah, so we have the hide.
Yeah,
Do we have the hide?
don't
in the
forget
bank,
either.
by
These are
chance?
just for the scales of a young one.
Do we have the hide in the bank by chance?
we need to kill more of these things.
No, you just kind of have it rolled up in rolls.
Oh, you want this?
How much for the hide we have?
He says, well, as much as I would like to say something about the hide, he says, I would take that, he just points across the street and goes like, go check the tanner. I'm sure he would buy it from you.
Man,
Oh, by
we should
the
kill
way,
lesser dragons more often.
By the way, do you think you could add some spikes to this table?
He looks at the table, he says, yeah, I could modify that with spikes. I don't know why. He says, it's a table, it's not very durable. He says, tell you what. He says, since you gave me the scales, he says, I'll modify your table to be much stronger.
Turn the legs into spikes.
He says, I can modify your table to be more efficient.
I would much appreciate that.
He's a
Sure
ranger
thing.
that uses a table as a weapon.
Yeah, he just has a literal fucking. It's not a big table. It's kind of like like a
Is it a coffee
kind of like
table?
yeah, it's like a small coffee table.
This is where Spankles looks at the blacksmith
didn't
and
he
goes,
get it at a
"That's
bar
his
with big
sword."
orcs?
He
though?
got it at a bar with orcs, and it's just a
Big
small
orcs.
coffee table.
Big,
Yeah.
huge orcs.
Spankles
all
just
sitting
looks
at a
at the
tiny
blacksmith and goes, "That's his sword."
He says, I got a few ideas on how to modify this. Don't worry.
They're gonna
Okay.
call me Table Knight.
I'll take the 800 gold that we get from this and just throw
It's
it into
a
the
round
bank.
table.
12.5 gold for everyone. Split it up 4 ways.
Oh, just throw it in the bank.
And then you should get like a side
It's only
weapon
us
that's just
two
a
with the
stool.
bank. Yeah, I don't-
A what?
we don't have.
You should get a side
More
weapon that's just a stool.
balance in the bank.
You know, like veteran.
This is to keep Balzar from reaching into the bank and
Bet.
grabbing a handful and running off with it.
Oh,
You can beat up old people with it.
So
Great.
you want us to put in the bank then?
You're the one with the bank.
yeah. I say we put the
We're
gold
giving
in the
you a-
bank.
Balasar is a treasurer.
Oh
Yes,
no,
he's our
is
treasurer,
it-
but we have the bank bags
I
that you
don't-
and I carry.
I don't trust banks. Oh wait, hold on. You meant that thing, right? I was gonna ask if it was a magical bank.
Yes, it's a magical bank that we both have a bag to enter, so you two cannot touch what's inside
you-
without our permission.
Do you guys know what enemy uses a sickle?
What enemy uses a sickle?
for
That's a great
reapers.
question.
Oh wait, Han, don't druids use sickles? I mean, it's in their class symbol.
Enchants that you run into one that will have one.
Skeletons use them a lot. I know that.
All right, now we just gotta go fight some skeletons, and then my full set will be complete.
Why do
only-
you want sickles?
If only we knew what
What are you
were.
trying to do?
Don't worry about it.
Why do you think he needs a sickle?
Okay, let's go sell the hide to the tanner.
Well, I thought you did have a sickle.
No,
Check your
remember,
character.
I just started off with a good longbow and 2 short swords.
I thought
Nothing
there
about
was. I thought there was one in your character sheet.
Well, there is, but we're not using that one.
It's non-canon.
It's non-canon. It's the non-canon sickle.
Okay, let's go sell this.
Just
hide.
pickpocket Billy Chumpez next time he shows up.
He wasn't carrying a sickle. He was fighting with his body.
You guys are talking about this and getting sickles, and the blacksmith, he goes, you know I sell farming equipment, right?
Farming
Please
equipment.
do not.
Oh yeah, I
Please do not.
forgot.
And a sickle is literally just a farming fucking equipment.
Yeah, I just look at Ted the blacksmith and go, please don't encourage this.
He says,
Hey, you know,
business
you
is
don't know how
business.
many eyes you can gouge out with a sickle.
He says, as much as I don't want to encourage some things, and as much as I want to encourage violence, he says, business is business, and he's making an offer. He wants something, I have the supply.
So how much is a singular sickle?
Got the supply to make them die.
He says, just for a sickle?
Yeah, just a sickle. Nothing added to it, nothing enchanted, just a singular sickle.
He says, 6 gold.
6 gold, I can do that.
All right.
Bust out 6 gold and I give him 6 gold.
All right, you give him 6 gold. He hands you 2 sickles because he's feeling nice.
Oh.
And these ones are made of a higher grade material, so they do 1d8 damage each on and a ×2 on a 19 or a 20.
And as you carry
Nice.
them, you hear his voice in your head because he forged them out of his own flesh.
They're not made of iron; they're made of steel, so they do slightly more damage.
So how much damage?
1d8 each, and ×2 on a 19 or a 20.
God damn it.
And then now I just need the table and the armor, and then
He says, "Come back to me tomorrow, and I'll have that done for you."
alrighty-o.
If someone tries to steal
Okay,
your sickles,
so-
you just say no, no,
One of our turns now.
no.
Get some stuff, right?
Yeah, let's sell the hide of the Hydra real quick, and
Wait.
then we can get
All right,
equipment for the ship, for the crew, and for us. I personally want to look into getting a cloak.
all right. I guess it's my turn. You got. I'll take any armor that's better than this. I mean, I don't want to look like a paladin no more. Kind of, I mean, I'm not really supposed to, but I've kind of decided to stop being a paladin.
I
It's
just
weird,
stopped wanting to be a paladin.
No
I know
paladin.
it sounds weird, but yeah, I don't want to be a paladin. I mean, I could still use the light magic. I don't know why that's not gone, but yeah.
Oh no,
anything
the
good?
light magic you're currently using, since you're not actually endowed to any god, you're not really using light magic per se. You're more just channeling something. You're not sure what though.
I don't know how I still have this powers, but hopefully it's not anything evil.
You don't know. You just
I
know you're doing this.
I swear, if this whole time it was LTAB.
Foreshadowing season 2.
Plot twist, it was Shiagorath the whole time.
Well, the thing is that there's different kinds of paladins. Generally speaking, they're all lawful good, but there are some that have different alignments and have different abilities.
You mean Dark Paladins?
Pretty much. And with the abilities you have been using, they're not really alignment based.
Alright, new goal, become a Dark Paladin.
Oh god.
Ooh.
LTAB might love you.
LTAB would love that.
LTAB enjoys this.
I mean, I've heard of Dark Clerics, but
Dark
now that
Paladins.
there's Dark Paladins,
Dark Knights.
I mean,
Spankles will never forget this.
Spankles is the reason that LTAB would get a Dark Paladin.
You mentioned, oh, I should totally become a Dark Paladin. And Spankles, you feel that mark on you begin to kind of just vibrate in just utter joy.
And I go,
You
Eltab-
feel extremely happy all of a sudden.
Yeah, I just think to Eltab going, do you wish me to help you convert him?
It's quiet. You guys don't hear anything, so unfortunately, you're not going to hear what I'm about to say to him.
Sorry, go on.
Okay.
So, are we still at the blacksmith?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you're
ordering my
still standing
armor
here at the
right now.
blacksmith, and he's listening to all this, and he doesn't care very much.
Well, yeah, that's the Earth Ganashi way.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He's
Okay,
just he literally hears you saying, "I want to become a dark paladin." Like, oh, Eltab might like that, and he's just listening, and just like, okay.
Business is
Maybe I
business.
should become a dark paladin. Maybe I could. Maybe I should end all humanity. Okay.
Hey,
Like
forget about it.
The blacksmith just kind of goes, "It's not a bad idea."
By the way, I still have no idea
wait,
about
what?
the whole LTAB incident, so...
Why do you want to end all humanity?
He says they're squishy and annoying.
How about gnomes?
He says, just all the squishies. He says, all the squishies should be ended. He says, they
Well-
cause too many wars, they cause in problems. He says, they destroy the planet. He says, quite frankly, I just don't like them. He says, besides, I spend here all day here working for the Forge for the squishies just to go get killed somewhere because they're squishy.
I mean,
He says,
seriously.
And
just
I don't get my refunds and my items back when these people get killed. He says, and I work hard to make that armor, and they go and just get themselves killed. He says, you don't see the Ganashi doing that.
Yeah, and
Just,
sometimes I see those,
He says, just those squishies.
I see those
Ganashi
halflings steal, like, random stuff from...
He says, yeah, I know. He says, that's why I've had my little dog watching over the child here.
They're so
I am not a
sneaky.
halfling, I am a gnome. Completely
By the way, as he says that, you notice that under the table there's a fucking two-headed dog.
Wait,
I
there's
want a pet doggy!
Which head gets?
You get
Both.
close to getting pet the dog, and it just bares razor-sharp teeth at you.
Wait a minute. Gnomes.
Not
and
a good
halflings
dog.
are two different. I didn't know halflings and gnomes were two different things.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same thing.
Halflings have more stealth abilities.
What's the difference
Gnomes
between
are
gnomes
more
and halflings? Well, one's short. One is.
Actually, one shorter than the other. That's actually the truth.
Halflings and gnomes are pretty much the same.
What's the
height,
difference
though.
between a halfling and a gnome?
What?
Gnomes have spankles.
At
By
least
the way, this is
halflings don't have
Bobby.
to live with the shame of.
He has he
Spankles, that's one of the
literally
races.
just has a
That's one of
fucking
the
death dog as a pet.
I mean, to be honest, humans are kind of low on my list of races they hate.
Ducky!
He says they're not super high on mine. He says it's just they're more annoying than anything else.
I look
Actually,
up
People with flesh
I think
just
that
get
you
pierced
have
to
nice
really
doggy.
Hold on.
He
I
says,
need to
yeah,
make
I
some
wouldn't.
modifications to my list. Yeah. Alright. There we go. I put gnome like a little higher.
The Ganashi looks at you and goes like, I don't blame you. He says, "They're squishy."
Congratulations.
He says, they're squishy. He says, you have scales. You're part dragon. He says, you're not entirely squishy. You're several steps above the others.
He's still an
look at the
asshole, though,
Earth
but
Ganashis
still, you
and
know.
go,
He says, not
You
as high as
know-
him, but still pretty good.
You do know Earth Ganashis are the most latest experience of the gods trying to see if they can get Earth elementals and humans together.
Pretty
Gnomes
much.
were the first.
The gods wanted to know
Pretty much. It's just the
I
main thing
forgot
is he's
that
more
guy
mad that he wasn't
have sex with a
element.
rock.
So he hates the squishies because of it. Because if it wasn't for the humans, he'd be an earth elemental.
I wonder if this person would have sex with this rock. Wait, hold on, they actually did it? Jesus.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
they
and
did
out
it.
came.
At
came-
least
Right.
it wasn't as
First.
weird as the person who had sex with fire. That did not go out so well.
My question
Singed
is-
the tip of it off.
Wait,
Who
what
was the
about
guy
the guy
who had
who had
sex with the wind?
the guy who had sex with air? He just stuck his penis out like, what a wonderful morning.
right
Wait, what's
into
this
the
baby
wind. Just-
doing here?
He just let
Exactly
the
what
wind.
Speckles does every day.
How'd this baby get here?
He just let the wind do all the fucking work for
Then
him.
water-
He just walks outside and starts masturbating. That's how it
then
worked.
the water ones. There was a little incident with a pool,
I mean, haven't you heard that article that a guy
For some
like...
reason, I have the fucking Lonely Island song "Jizz in My Pants" right now.
I mean,
All
you're
right.
not wrong.
All right, guys.
Open a window and the breeze rolls in.
Jizz
All right, guys.
in
Okay,
my
okay.
pants.
All right, how much does this armor cost?
He says, "I already took the price out of it."
Oh yeah.
He says, "It'll be ready by tomorrow, along with your table."
All right.
All right, your turn, Breastcrade.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he needs like more leather.
Yeah, we need to go to the leathery.
And clerics, they're like,
Oh, I wanted a helmet.
Oh, he says, "Well, I got plenty of helmets for sale already."
Do you have a bone helmet?
Yeah.
How much is that?
For a bone?
bone?
Like a helmet made of bone? What kind of bone are you looking?
I want a helmet
It
made of bone.
It needs to look
A helmet made of bone.
lizard-like.
He
Is
says,
Spankles
"Well,
trying to
I
become a
have-"
necromancer?
He says, "Well," he says, "I have helmets made of various lizard bone." He says, "Hell, I have a helmet made of dragon bone."
Why is everyone so obsessed with lizards today?
Is it in the shape of the skull?
Because their innards are both taste good.
He says,
Look
"Yeah, it was
interesting.
made out of a small." He says, "It was made out of a smaller dragon." He says, "But it's quite expensive."
Damn it.
He says, "I mean, just for the hell," he says, "for a whole set of dragon armor, made of dragon bone," he says, "about 7,000 gold." He says, he says, "just for the helmet, it's about 1,000."
Yeah, never mind.
He says, "But it'll sure as hell keep you alive."
Yeah.
He says, "But if you just want something made of just regular bone," he says, "I can sell you one for 50 gold."
Seems reasonable.
I just want a bone helmet that is more lizard-like.
He says, I can fashion you something."
Booga booga.
Hmm.
Don't I think I still have one of the skulls from the Hydra.
He has the Hydra skull, yes. Is there a
He
way?
looks at that and
Can
he
you
looks
look
at
at
you.
this?
You pretty much go back to the ship and drag it off the ship. And he looks at it and goes, he says, "I could probably fashion something out of this." He says, "I have to charge you for this, though." Question to make. He says, "Based off the size." He says, "I have to resize part of that, do that, do that." He says, "I could fashion you a pretty decent helmet for 200 gold. That's with the discount." He says, "It's not easy to do." He says, "And it's going to be a little bit," he says, "it would be more expensive." He says, "But since it's a young Hydra," he says, "the skull's more malleable."
So
This
what
is
do you
like-
think, Spankles?
He says, "But it will protect you quite well." And he says, "And there's a chance there could be some natural residual magic saved in the skull." So
Hey, Crest Braid, is it okay if I use your skull and 200 gold?
he says, "Honestly, with the size of the skull, though," he says, "I can make 2 helmets." And he says, "And I'll charge you the same price. I mean, 2 helmets for that one price. So 2
Crest
helmets for
Braid,
200 gold."
we both get skull.
Glitter Gold says you do not wear the. He says you do not wear the bones of the fallen as a helmet.
Yeah.
He
Don't
says
listen
they
to
belong
him.
in the ground. He says if they want to make it into one, yes. He says, but you're not wearing one.
Just for me.
He says, "I will not have one of my priests wearing the bones of the fallen."
And we can give the other helmet to Balzar.
No, we're not doing it.
What helmet?
But Spankles
Well,
needs helmet.
Sorry, I wasn't
Why
listening.
wear
I
this
was
bone
updating
one,
my
and not-
my
why
list.
why are you obsessing with the lizard one?
Because I like the lizard.
Why don't you
Oh.
just
These
take
are
like
gonna
a
provide stuff for all the for everyone here. Priorities over preferences.
Any way of turning the skull into a sword?
What?
Yeah, we still need to buy clothes for the slaves, for the former slaves.
Well, I just want to know like what classes are the humans are.
Wait, hold on. What's going on with this skull stuff? I wasn't listening. I was updating my list.
They're too
We have someone
expensive,
saying
I'm
he
not
doesn't
going
want.
with it.
Then we can just sell the skull.
Spankles, why don't you just get like a dead, just like a helmet with bone horns on it? I don't know.
We can just sell the skull to him and see how much he offers for that. So he has the material to build whatever he wants out of it.
He says, if you do that, he says, I'll take it, build a helmet out of it, and he says, and I'll sell it for like 3 times the price because I'm not making it for someone.
How much would you pay us for the skull?
He says, for the skull, he says, I'd give you 600.
Take the money.
Yeah, yeah.
He says, of course, I'll take it, and he says, I'll take that skull, I'll fashion it to helmets, he says, and if I do that, he says, I'm going to sell the helmets for about 600 apiece.
Do what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
Because a pirate is free.
Yeah, it's a deal. Well, we'll give you the skull for 600.
He looks at everyone else and goes like, do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Wait, what are we agreeing with?
Selling the skull for 600 gold.
Yeah.
What?
Oh
what
yeah,
skull?
the skull, the Hydra.
Oh. I mean, I
Alright,
don't
he says,
really have a use.
All right, he says. Sell him the gold. He gives you 600 gold.
Okay, whoever has the Hydra hide, please follow me. We're going to go see
The
what we can
Hydra.
sell for.
Okay. Then,
Hydra?
I'm gonna,
Yes.
Go off. I need to find this one guy here.
Well, as it sits, you guys currently have 1,400 gold just sitting in a bank right now. You haven't divvied it up or anything yet. It's just sitting there until after you guys have gotten all your stuff sold and figured out.
Yeah.
So I'm writing down 1,400. I'll keep track of the total in case you guys buy anything. Basically, what's going to be happening is there's 1,400 in a pool right now, and if you guys buy anything, you're drawing from the pool right now.
All right. Where is our leathersmith?
Right across the street. It's a leather worker. He's right across the street.
So the leather worker is a dude.
Yep.
All right. I wish to go over with the bundles of Hydra flesh.
All right, you go over there with the Hydra flesh, and you find several different tanners in this area, but the older one looks like he's probably the boss.
Excuse me, sir.
He looks way down at you. I mean, this guy stands like 7 foot.
I had a mishap of a spell, so please do not make fun of my joke of my size.
He's just quietly looking at you, waiting.
I was wondering if you're in the mood for some Hydra hide.
He raises an eyebrow.
It's a young Hydra, but we seem to be carrying too much.
Well, he takes one of the hide rolls from you that you're somehow able to carry.
Well, I called whoever was carrying it, who could carry it, to come with me.
You can carry it just fine. I mean, it's just you're 2 feet tall, so. Well, he looks at it for a while. He examines it, plays around with it for a bit, tries to punch a hole through it with a little needle, does a couple other things. And he finally opens his mouth toward you and goes like, you know what? He says, I can buy this from you. He says, for all of your bundles here, he says, you have about that much. He says, carry that over. He says, it's not a very strong hide. He says, if you had the scales, he says, I would go sell them to the blacksmith. He says, but for the hide itself, with how much you have, he says, so I'll give you about 350 gold. He says, the hide's not very strong since it was a young Hydra. He says, I can tell that right away. He says, so it's not very valuable. He says, the scales are a lot stronger than this. He says, but I'll give you 350 for it.
I think it's good for 350.
All right. He gives you 350 gold. You give him all the stuff. You currently have 1,750 gold just in a pool.
Now it's time to find out if there's a way of getting a cloak for Spankles.
A cloak for Spankles. Well, there's tailors in this town. You guys are all just kind of following Spankles, by the way.
Ooh, I wonder who's the master tailor here.
There's like 2 or 3 tailors here, and you think they're all family owned.
Oh yeah, by the way, this whole time I was writing my list of races that Balasar hates.
All right.
So I'm going to turn to the leather master and go, is there a certain tailor you yourself would go to?
He says, I would go check Rose down the road.
Rose.
Yeah, he says, I would check her. She makes very fine clothing. He says, although since you just sold me a bunch of Hydra leather, I can make clothing too here. This is only mine is more protective.
Yes. I'm looking for a cloak.
He says, special, anything special about this cloak?
Nothing really special.
Just a
If
cloak.
If it protects me and maybe a cowl attachment so I can cover my head.
He says, well, if you give me about a day, he says, I can make you a cloak out of the leather you just sold me. He says, and I'll sell you it for about 200 gold.
Okay.
Not even gonna. Charon just goes like, you're not even gonna try to bargain with him or anything. Just straight up, okay.
I only bargain when it comes to sex, not for clothing.
Going bargains when the clothing's going away.
All right, he says 200 gold, and he says, and I'll make you something up.
All right.
Do you pay the man?
Yes.
All right, you pay him 200 gold. All right, you leave the leather worker unless anyone else wants to buy something from him.
Authentic Peach should be looking at Gravel Cresprade's squishy armor and get him a little better.
Don't clerics have like at least medium armor?
Clerics can wear fucking heavy armor if they want to.
So I think I remember clerics are like warriors mixed with.
Put it in perspective. Clerics are paladins and clerics are pretty much the same thing. Just clerics are far more prejudiced.
That's saying a lot.
Clerics are far more prejudiced. Paladins are pretty prejudiced too, but there's ways. But clerics are just prejudiced as fuck.
I should have become a cleric instead.
Well, you might as well at this point.
Okay.
I mean, there's several gods that are already looking at you and go like, shit.
Well, yeah, I haven't done that thing in a while. I should do it again.
What thing?
Where I just pray to a random god.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot that could happen.
So I asked the leather guy, do you know anyone by the name of Dith McCath?
Dith McCath, he says, He says, yeah, he says that'd be that old fighter. He lives just outside of town, not too far, in a little house out toward the forest.
Sounds like Dith McCath.
Is this someone we used to know?
He says, no, Dith McCath is an old fighter. He says he isn't involved with the war with Moldova. He says, but quite a renowned fighter. He says he was a paladin for a time and retired.
That sounds
he got too old.
Sounds like the noise I make when I'm choking on meat.
He says, I wouldn't. He says, well, if you guys come across him, he says, I wouldn't insult him. He might be in his 90s. He says, but he's still quite deadly.
Does he know any barbarians by any chance?
I'm sure he's met several.
Right,
Interesting.
Go back to the blacksmith, we can buy some stuff for the humans and for myself.
All right, you head back over to the blacksmith.
You do that. I'm going to go seek out Rose because I got a couple who needs better clothing, especially if they're going to cook.
Did we give the old human captives clothes yet?
No, you guys still haven't bought them clothes. They're just kind of following you around right now.
If they want to follow Spankles, he's going to Rose.
Let's go.
Your entire crew is just in the town right now.
Alright, you guys. Let's go clothes shopping.
Oh, fabulous!
Let's get some shows.
Hashtag
One of the
new
guys
shoes.
that you rescued, oddly enough, the sailor,
Shoes
he
are cool.
jumps forward excited, like, "Oh, darling, that would be absolutely great if we do something like that. You know, we should go right now over there." He says that store looked very promising. He says I could use so many.
Oh, great. He's flamboyant.
Yes,
I'm not flamboyant.
Sprinkles just turned to him and go, "Oh, sweetie, we're going to go find fabric. If you know how to work a
I
needle,
am not flamboyant. I am goddamn fucking fabulous.
you are flaming, honey.
Insufferable.
Now, if you know how to work
Anyways,
a needle,
as they're walking
we will get you
away,
some cloth. You can make your own clothing for everyone."
He says, "Oh, if you could get me a loom, darling, I could do something like that."
Ooh, illumine the ship. I wonder if we can fit one.
so Gravel, do we take like a nice to stay in back to the ship? And
What?
what do you mean, what?
Wait, what do you mean?
You know, where do we sleep? We just go back to the ship?
Yeah.
Getting
We can
tired
go-
of the ship.
We can sleep on the ship because we don't have to pay for tavern.
Yeah, we can just sleep
Rentals.
on the ship.
He says, "Oh, we can all get a little bunk together, you know. By the way, my name is Philip."
Okay, we
hi,
take the ship.
Philip. Philip, you are invited to my cabin.
He says, "Oh, that is great, darling." He says, "That is absolutely great."
Just don't mind my kobolds.
He says, "Filthy lizards." He says, "Clean them up a little bit while you're at it." He says, "They could prove something mighty interesting."
Well, I already like this guy.
Oh, we'll get
All
them
right.
clean.
All right, boy. Let's get you some shoes.
Oh, that is great.
These
Let's
shoes
go
are cool.
shopping.
All right, let's go to the place already.
Flip
He
He says,
Flying
if I could get them,
like
he says,
totally.
if I could get them in pink with a couple little jewels on them, maybe raised up a little bit, that'd be great.
I don't know. Gold jewels is a 2-bit pushing it. Do you think you could go with like plastic?
He says, they don't need to be very fancy. I just want something shiny, darling.
You're making me very uncomfortable.
Now you know how it feels.
Anyway, you're gonna go with Philip to go get clothing for him.
Oh yeah.
This might be a couple hours.
All right. Oh, look at these. These shoes are cool. These
Those
shoes
ones are
suck.
fabulous, but God, look
These
at these
shoes are
ones.
cool.
Yeah,
These
just-
shoes suck.
I need
These
Philip's
shoes
help
suck.
getting
Sure.
Silky Raven dressed.
How much longer
Yeah,
are
he
we
says
going
for
to
the
be here?
lizard.
We're gonna have her take an entire bath with everything.
Are you kidding me?
Cosplay.
She's already fucking pristinely clean.
Pristine.
She is our cook.
Pristinely
I wish our cook
clean.
to look fabulous when she's in the kitchen.
Give her some fucking sparkles and shit to go with it.
Gonna get glitter all in the food.
Hey, 99% of your nutrients that come off whatever falls off the captain's head.
While we're
but glitter.
while we're shoe shopping, a clerk comes over. He's like, "I think you have too many shoes."
Just have
And then Phil-
carrying the shoes.
And then Philip replies, "Shut up."
Oh, darling, there's no such thing as too many shoes. There's only too few. He says it
You
never
have
gets
too
too
many
many.
shoes. Shut up.
He says, if
Balthazar
I want to
is
wear a
here.
goddamn different pair every single day of my life, then by God, I will wear a different pair every day of my life.
Balthazar is carrying the shoes for us.
Balazar, you look plenty strong. I'm sure you can carry them just fine.
Yeah.
Balthazar, I do believe you have a young man that had interested in you.
It's not the first time.
Trust me, Philip. The back view is also great.
You get
I
like
would
an
not.
ass,
I would not say that.
You get like an ass flap or something to cover yourself.
Hey, Sprinkles. Do you know what it's like to get hit in the head with a hammer? If you want to know, I can show you.
Hey,
Nobody
you wanna
knows how to
know-
get hit in the head with a table.
You want to know what it feels like to have to wake up with Sprinkle's dick in your ass?
Hopefully, I'll never find out.
By the way, Balzar, you and I need to speak in private.
If I've made it this far, then I must be doing something right.
Oh god, what you said? What the fuck?
Are we gonna take the shoes or, you know?
So how long are we going to be clothes shopping here?
We gotta make sure our crew is properly dressed.
We want
What
them
the fuck is this?
dressed, not all wearing high heels.
Oh, we're gonna get some shoes.
Get some shoes.
Shopping is like the bottom of the barrel in terms of shopping. So,
Shoes,
What the
full
fuck did I
version.
just watch?
I did not choose.
You
shoe
watch
shopping
someone
as my
buying some
job.
shoes.
So
What's so wrong about that?
let's Philip. Let's do a pair of shoes for each of you. Because we're going to be on the boat, you don't want to ruin all your shoes on that boat.
Oh no, don't worry about that. He says I got that figured out. He says I'm only getting a pair of nice boots in order to wear on the ship.
Yeah, that.
He says I'm not getting my good ones ruined. and
Wait,
dirty.
did he actually tell us his name was Philip?
Yeah, he told you his name is Philip. He said, by the way, my name is Philip.
I think it maybe cut out during that. Oh yeah, what about the other slaves? One of them has to have a.
Oh, the other
I mean,
ones are just
don't-
the other slaves. They'll pretty much
don't-
take whatever you offer them.
Well, except for one. Who
Oh, you don't want me to name you.
She
Yeah,
introduced
the other
herself.
ones say I'd tell you our names in a little bit. Mainly, the Overlord hasn't thought of the name.
Yeah, we still have Busty McChest tits on our
Yes,
side.
you do have Busty McChest tits. Although she's still not very happy about being called.
We'll call
She's a
her
lady, and you who will be nice to her.
Respect to woman, my dude.
Respect they whammon. Respect thy whammons.
Tips Fedora.
I do look at
My
the
lady.
young lady and go, "Please excuse the dragon. He's very bad at naming."
Oh,
And
I figured
remembering
that part
names.
out. She says,
And
I figured that part out very quick.
For the record, I'm pretty good at naming. I mean, how many people do you know who could have thought of the name Levute? Huh? Huh?
Everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
Every bard I've ever
Says
met.
the guy with fucking pinky sparkles.
Hey, that's a great name for a pony, alright? Hold on a minute.
You
Where
just
is she?
forgot about his
That's a great question. Where was the last place you had your mount?
with
it was
Wade at
back in-
the
Oh,
Paladins.
oh, oh no.
Your mounts are still in the fucking capital.
I
Yeah.
just get on my knees and I'm like, Pinky Sparkle!
You guys never claimed your mounts back from Delmore because you stole a boat and left.
So,
Yeah.
am I
So it's
even-
anyone's game what's going on with your mounts because they have them registered to your guys' name.
Right.
Wade is just raping Pinky Sparkle.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of great questions as to what's going on with your mounts.
They better not be using her in their stupid little army.
You don't know. All you know is they're using her for breeding purposes.
With Wade, the camel.
Better be using damn purebraids.
It's Wade the camel.
And then there's Wade the Camel, who they could be using him for water storage, or they just fucking ate him. You don't know.
Or they're using him to breed Pinky Sparkles.
I wonder what happens if we mix a camel and a pony.
I don't think I want to find out.
Yeah, it's best you just not ask.
Just imagine a camel, but with a horse head.
Okay, back to the shopping.
Oh yeah, back to the shopping guy.
Shopping. Yeah.
And let's not forget we have to get enough supplies for our cooks to make us amazing meals.
Well, I got the cow tongues.
Lizard tongues.
No, I got the cow tongues.
Oh, you got cow tongues? I didn't even.
Yeah,
I wasn't
the,
even here for that.
The dragon tongue was too high price of me.
Oh, I am so fucking putting this on my favorites tab. That is gonna make my life a lot easier.
What, the shoes?
No, not that. The name
fancy
generator.
generators.
That's gonna make my life a hell of a lot easier.
All right, let's go.
Shoes thing would make my life easy.
I just never bothered to look. So
So, is there
I
any
believe that's
chance we
what
run?
my name.
Are we going to run into anything nice on our way through town?
Well,
Something
Anything
for-
interesting?
you go through the town. It isn't. Despite the fact it's covered with just fucking militia and shit. It's a rather nice town. Very
Now, for being in
organized.
war with Delmore, I'm surprised they do a crisp.
They're not in a war with Delmore. They're in a war with Moldova.
Oh, what was
Delmore, however, though, Delmore is
Oh.
supplying Euthora, and Euthora is fighting Moldova, as well as the Kingdom of Oldvania is fighting Moldova.
All right, let's just say he canonically said Moldova. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Although
So-
maybe he didn't. He's confused sometimes.
The Spankles.
He's from, and nothing really gets in and out of.
Yeah, I know.
Very
It's
often.
kind of a trait of, and everyone from that place.
Is there anything that catches Spankles' particular eye of what?
Oh yeah. Also, all the weird stuff I've said in the past. That's also non-canon. Just
No one really knows.
Anytime I
Mostly his
say
fetish in. Magical
No,
items.
You should be
Everything
careful,
Spankles
because
does
if
is-
you say something that I find is cool enough, I might make it canon.
everything Spankles has done is canon. All right.
Oh yeah, Spankles is 100% canon.
100%.
Anything that catches Spankles' eyes, magical related or a fetish?
Well,
Yeah.
there's if you want to look hard enough, I'm sure you can find stuff fetish related.
I mean, there's a literal magical item called a fetish.
Yes, no.
I know.
His
But this is
literal
far more
fetish
interesting.
of-
That's more voodoo, though.
His literal
Speaking of
fetish
voodoo,
dragon-
are
his
there any
and
masks
demons.
around this town?
Oh,
Masks?
I thought you were gonna ask if you could become a witch doctor.
Oh god. Yeah, there are some merchants like the general traders. They sell various kinds of masks.
Cool, I'll go to the general traders next.
All right, you go to the general traders. I mean, you guys were heading there to get rations anyway.
Yeah.
You find the general trader, and he welcomes you to his little shop.
Let's see how many good knickknacks are here.
He says, "Well, he says I kind of sell a little bit of everything. Everything here." He says, "Survival supplies, random equipment that I find in my trades." He says,
Trinkets, odds and
"Trinkets,
ends,
odds and
that
ends,
sort of
that
thing.
sort of thing."
Do you have a raven mask?
I swear you won't find better deals anywhere around.
Good sir, do you have a raven mask in here?
Welcome. What are you buying?
You know, for that,
What are you buying?
for that fucking guy, we had
What are you selling?
for the longest goddamn time for that guy. Whenever he opened up that jacket, we'd always go, "Welcome. Would you like to buy some puppies?"
Great. All right. I asked the man, do you have any masks?
Masks, he says. Well, yeah, he says I have various masks that I pick up in my travels. He says protective masks, decorative masks. He says dance masks, masks to just mask your appearance, mask for masks.
You
Show
have a
me
ring
all
mask.
of them. I'll go through which one
He
I
just throws a whole bunch of fucking masks on the table.
Does he have a raven?
Some of them are still coated in blood.
Do you have any masks
I like
that are
that
by any?
one.
Do you by any chance have any Majora?
Shut up.
A magical mask that might catch my eye.
You ask him if he has any kind of like a Majora's mask. He kind of looks his eyes around a little bit and goes, "Depends on how magical."
Uh,
Ooga booga magical. I don't know.
yeah,
Depends
I'm
on
sure
what type of magic you might be.
Spankles
hiding.
would become the new Skull Kid.
What?
It's gonna
what
drop the moon on all of us.
Well, you say
He's
Ooga Booga
gonna
magical,
drop-
and you tell him Ooga Booga magical, and he just set carefully, very very carefully sets two masks on the table.
Spankles is gonna drop a different kind of moon on us.
what type of mask are
very
these?
big
I wish to know.
Well, neither of them look exactly like like the fucking main mask,
Majora's
but
mask.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
wonder
you
what
do
that
find
mask from
some
Majora's
other
Mask
kind of
was
little
called.
things.
I'll just take the ones covered in blood.
How much for the magical ones?
I'll take that one that looks like a sad balding man. Think I'll probably get free milk if I do that.
No. They look like the Majora's Mask, but it's different colors. The eyes aren't nearly as big.
That way
The
we won't get
spikes are
sued.
missing.
How much for
Lawsuit
the magical?
avoidance.
The design's a
Lawsuit
bit
avoidance.
different, but I mean it's the same concept, and they do pulse with some to a lot of magic.
Okay, which one has the lot of magic?
You're not sure.
How much for the mask?
Oh, he says, do you want the blue one, or he says, or do you want the purple one?
How much for both of them? I
For
want
both of
to
them, he
for
says,
both.
well, for both of them, he says these are both highly magical, and he says it's going to cost you at least a shining platinum for them.
Purple stuff is always more expensive, and we don't got enough money.
Balzar?
He says if you want both, he says for both of them, he says
don't
you seem like a decent sort. He says you seem like a decent sort. He says I'll sell you both of them for 1,500.
I mean, we don't exactly have enough money,
Balzar?
You accidentally dropped some.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Spankles just turns to Balzar and goes,
That's
Please?
chocolate. That's chocolate. All right. It's not real.
Balzar,
My aunt
if,
gave it to
if
me
you
for.
do this, if you buy them for me, I'll give you the entire ship for yourself.
All right, fine. How much?
He says 1,500 for both of them.
Ship's yours, Spankles.
Come on, just spend the platinum.
No, I'm saving that for a special occasion.
Dude, this is a special occasion. I'll let you
The
borrow
guy
one
says,
of the
or you
masks.
could just buy one of them.
I'll let you borrow one of the masks. I literally wish to have both.
You don't even know what the hell these do.
You're a
No, I don't.
special occasion.
I love magical items, and one day it might kill me.
You're
Yeah,
a
you don't even
special
know if these ones
occasion.
will kill.
Come on, man, please.
You're a special occasion.
Toron says, just buy one of them, Spankles. You don't need two masks.
Yeah, the mask is my job, nerd.
Okay, but if
Fine,
we
get-
get both of them, we can use both of them.
Just get the blue one. Purple's always more expensive.
Just buy one of them. Come on.
Fine, I'll take the purple one.
He says the purple one. He says, well,
Just say,
he says the purple one's the cheaper of the two. He says that one's only
Wait, what?
500 gold.
what,
How
what
much?
is?
How much for the blue one?
Fuck your stereotypes.
No, I mean
No, really. how much
historically,
is that?
purple has always been more expensive because
Yeah, I
In
know.
order to
'Cause
make
purple's a
purple-
bitch to get, but don't forget this is the fucking magic world.
you had to kill snails to get purple back in the day.
How much is the blue one?
He says the blue one. He says that one's gonna run you 1,000.
Get the purple one.
I'll have to
So
go
it's
for the
purple's
purple one.
cooler.
All right.
Purple's
He says for the purple one, 500 gold.
Okay. Let's
So
pull that
how
out
much
of
for
the
the non-magical masks?
Oh, he says
The
for
only-
non-magical masks. He says they're like 20 gold apiece.
Oh,
The
nice.
only reason they're cooler is because there's no dragonborn that are purple, which is okay by me.
I'm gonna put on the purple mask after I hand him the gold.
All right, you put on the purple mask, and as you put it on, you feel a burning sensation as the mask fuses with your face.
What?
Oh shit.
Well, that was a bad
Is
idea.
this the mask scene?
What's gonna be
Yeah,
the-
pretty much.
I'm like,
God.
Yeah, it fucking it merges with your face. You guys watch as blood like starts dripping from the seams of his face.
oh crap!
You
it's gonna
actually
become
see
a
the mask
scrub.
embed itself into his face and become his face.
Why in the fuck is that
I
shit?
asked the guy what is it doing to him? What is it doing?
He says, "Honestly, I have no idea.
Where did you get it from?
I found it."
Where? Where did you get this from?
I
He says, I found it on an excursion to Titan's Land. So, as
Oh,
all I
sweet.
know, it could be a dragon's relic, it could be a Titan's relic. He says, hell, it could be from the Great Blue Hole. I don't know.
This
I'll
creepy
wish to
smiling
cast
ginger man
Identify.
gave it to me.
You wish to cast Identify. You cast Identify, and the mask glows, and it identifies itself as the Mask of Relentlessness.
Nice.
That's
I'm
all
after
you
real-
know.
Yeah,
I'd pay the man. I pay
I was
the
just saying
man
the name.
for the masks that I want.
All right,
got
you
it
guys
from
are you guys are just pulling the 500 gold out of the pool. So
I'm
He
just gonna
got
say
it
the
from-
name of the mask out loud, going, "What's the mask of relentlessness?"
Got it from a creepy smiling ginger man.
yes, this guy strangely is smiling and creepy.
No, I mean we're. Never mind.
The happy mask salesman.
Yeah,
from-
I know.
Hey, Crestparade, could you
Gee,
ask
I wonder
Glitter
what I
Gold?
was referencing. I wonder what.
You ask Glitter Gold Crest Braid
What?
what this thing is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
He says, "Give me some time." He says,
I think-
I'm trying to figure it out."
I start thinking to Eltab, going, "Do you know what this mask is?"
He says, "Give me some time. I'm trying to figure it out."
Oh my god! Eltab doesn't know it.
He says, Eltab tells you, "I think this thing might be of an ancient relic that belongs into Titansland." He says, "Possibly made by Titans." He says, "If that's the case, give me time so I can figure it out."
Perhaps it is a relic infused with the soul of many titans.
Why is Eltab helping Spankle?
Well,
Demons
Eltab
to
likes
consume
Spankles.
all
If Spankles
who-
can learn things, he learns things. If Spankles gets magical items, he can try to replicate them.
Oh,
If Spankles dies, he gets his shit.
I was gonna say I don't remember Eltab ever liking Spankles.
He loves
I grabbed
Spankles because he's good
personally-
at getting information.
Personal.
I pet my bow and go, "Do you know what this mask is?"
The mask goes like, "Oh, I don't know what it is, but it looks absolutely great on you, master."
Thank you,
More
bow.
voices in his head.
well, Todd, you're gonna have to.
What was the mask called?
The Mask of Relentlessness. It's a mask I made up, so don't worry. You're not gonna be able to Google it.
Oh,
Great. Now I want to know what the other mask does. We'll
You don't
never
know what it does. I have everything written down that it does.
No, I meant the other mask. We'll never know.
So this thing could kill me in the end. Who
It
knows?
could kill you. It could help you. It could do nothing. You don't know.
but
It could just
merge your face, and that's it.
it could
Still,
just stay attached to my face, and I don't know what it does.
It's on your face forever. That's all it does.
Is there a chance that I have a purple hue to my face now?
The mask is your face.
Okay.
Is there a chance that he's less handsome now?
No, oddly enough.
Great.
I still have that 19.
Yeah, oddly enough, to you guys, his face is now the mask, but oddly enough, he seems still pretty good looking. Nothing seems out of the ordinary other
I'm
than the
still
mask.
sexy. I'm still
Oh,
sexy.
Spankles, you're looking better than ever.
To you guys, he looks the same.
Still have a little bit of blood
I
dripping from my
mean,
chin.
in all honesty, Spankles doesn't really look any different to you guys. He looks pretty normal.
Hey, he looks as disgusting as he's always has. What are you talking about?
It's just he has a fucking mask for a face, but he looks normal.
Well, now
Don't worry, Spankles, you'll learn the struggles in like 3 weeks.
No one will ever recognize me now.
Can we go to the old man of Dismouth Cast?
And maybe I could get my own mask so that way I could.
Get the blue one.
First of all, do we even have enough money?
Do their stupid magic crap. Never mind.
Well, you guys still out of your
Over.
pool, out of that pool of all that stuff you sold. I mean, Spankles is pretty much taking it all, so you should probably stop him. I mean, you guys had 1,700 gold, and now you have 1,000.
Yeah.
Wait.
Spankles is spending it all.
We had 1,700. Now we have 1,000.
1,700.
Goddamn shoes.
Oh,
1,750 gold is how much you guys got from all your sales. You currently are carrying 1,050 because Spankles has used 700.
Yeah, but Frank also has a platinum, so he can share.
Platinum's 300, yeah.
Platinum's 1,000 in my game.
Platinum 30, actually, yeah.
Yeah, in normal D&D, platinums are, but in my games, platinums are 1,000.
Not
Someone should share his platinum. We
Look.
won't be in this problem.
Look, all right. You know what? You can have my half platinum. All right, here.
All right.
You can give him half a platinum.
As it is.
It's still worth 500 gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's half a platinum.
It's only half a platinum, but it's platinum. It's still a platinum coin, so it's still worth half the amount.
Do I have any string? I want to turn it into a necklace.
We're not like the United States Treasury. We really don't give a shit. If you got half a platinum, it's still 500 platinum. It's still 500 gold.
So, do I have string on
Still
myself so I can
1,000.
turn this into a necklace just to wear it around my neck?
You
Wait,
can go have it
it's-
done here. I mean, there's metal workers and shit.
But it's half a platinum. You can't connect a string in there.
You could punch a little hole through it with an owl.
Don't the coins have like holes in the middle of them?
Some of them do, but not ours.
Okay, well, fine. I'm just going to tuck this away inside my kilt. No one can get to it.
All right, you tuck it in your ass.
Okay. So, can we go see the old man?
I'm never getting that back again.
What was that, Crestbraid?
Can we go see the old man of Dithmakath?
Yes, do you guys want to go see who this guy is?
Yes.
The guy that Crestbraid keeps mentioning?
Hell yeah.
Hey, Crestbraid, is there a chance we've ran into him in our past?
No.
No.
Then how do you know of this guy?
I was told of his presence.
Okay.
Well, why was the question? Let's go.
I do need to talk to Balzar about something a little bit. So,
Balzar your new best friend now, huh?
no, I just want to talk to him about something he said
It's
out
like
in
the,
the
like
open.
the second, third time you want to say, oh, I want to say something, and Balzar. I guess he's your new friend.
You two are like a married couple.
Me? Friends with him?
Crestbraid, you are my forever friend who kept me sane for so long and destroyed my dark magic books.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's okay.
still
It's okay,
upset
guys. I'm fine.
you destroyed my stuff and you put me to sleep just to do that. So I'm going to talk to the dragon about something that he said out in the, that he shouldn't have due to the fact that we're all so good.
Very well then.
Okay.
And kind of scold him for it.
Yeah, I want to see what the fucking blue mask does.
Yeah, that's a great question. What does it do?
Fine. Let's get the mask.
Balzar and I will go get the blue mask. You guys go ahead.
You're gonna spend the rest of your money on this mask.
How much
He
was
has-
it again?
It's it is a solid platinum.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll be the guinea pig for.
No, if we're using my platinum, I'm wearing the mask, alright?
Okay.
I want to wear it. I want to be the guinea pig.
Yeah, I know.
Could merge to your face like it did with Spankles. Who knows?
He might look better than Spankles. Knows.
At least I have a face.
Fuck you.
All right, you and I can go get the mask, and while we're out, I wish to talk to you about what you said and see if you really are wanting to commit to that.
Actually, now that I think about it, shouldn't I be the one going to see the fighter?
No.
You have your teacher.
Well, you can never have... Fine. Let's get the mask, alright?
All right. Split the party for now.
Gonna see myself a great wizard.
Let's go find different paths. Do we have to ask around to find them? Or
What?
GM?
What?
Oh, GM. Let's go to different paths. Or do we need to ask around to find him?
No, you were given directions, and
Okay.
you know he lives outside the city, and he just lives out in the forest. So you guys want to head that direction?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you head outside of the forest of the city gates. Start walking that direction. And there's a couple roads out in front of you, nothing really too extravagant. Section that turns off into the forest a little bit farther north, or excuse me, a little north. No, they haven't yet. But they're going to.
Well, we're away from that now.
You're standing, as it sits, you're standing about 200 yards away from them, and you can see them starting to get ready to talk to the merchant. By the way, none of you guys have no idea what's going on because it's separate.
I don't care if they do it or not.
Okay. Anyway, you guys don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so you guys head outside. You get out there. You fall into the forest. It's not a very long walk, and you eventually do find the house. It's got a nice little fence outside, little garden, very peaceful area. You notice that all the trees have runes carved into the side of them. They're slightly glowing, not very bright, just slightly. It smells very nice out here.
Nice.
Freshly baked pie, even.
Too bad I don't have a nose.
You can still smell somehow.
It's going through your senses holes.
Your sense holes.
Where's the sense hole?
You guys open up the gate that goes to the house.
There, I wrote magic marker.
You guys walk up to the house. You knock on the door.
All right, I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right, you walk up. You knock on the door, and it cracks open a little bit, and you see just a golden eye look at you.
Oh, hello, sir.
He goes, hello.
Nice day we're having. Are you the Grand Master Fighter?
He says, I used to be a paladin, yes.
Do you know of any barbarians?
He says, I've known several in the past, yes.
Are any of them willing to train?
Possibly. He says, why? Are you looking to become one?
Yeah.
He goes like, okay. Opens up the door a little bit more, and you see this old man walk. This old man is still wearing armor. He's still wearing full plate armor. Very shining gold full plate armor.
Do you mind if my group of friends come in as well?
He looks and goes like, well, there's only 2 of you. Everyone else still in town buying shit.
It's still a group.
Oh, he says you, and he
Group
looks
of
at
2.
you and goes like, he says, yeah, he says you can come in, and he looks at Crest Braid and he goes like, definitely him can come in.
He's like a shut-in former paladin.
Yep, pretty much.
What race was he again?
You don't know. He's kind of guised. He's kind of wearing a disguise almost.
Well,
He's got some kind of
eyes.
He has bright golden yellow eyes. You know that.
Someone who has gold and is a former paladin shut-in. If I heard that before.
He lets you guys in. You walk in. He's got like, even his face. You're pretty sure that's not his actual face that you're looking at. I mean, he looks kind of human, but kind of not.
Well, I mean, I don't judge. I mean, I wear a mask 24/7.
Yeah, so.
You know, Spickle is going to it.
Well, he welcomes you in. You walk into the house. It's a very nice house. It's a lot bigger on the outside than it is on the inside. You're pretty sure there's magic at work here. But the walls are decorated with all kinds of trophies and accomplishments, bits of war memorabilia, weapons, equipment, holy relics, books, anything really.
So how much of this did you steal?
He says, I didn't steal any of it. He says, I acquired it in my travels through trades, fighting. He says, you name it.
Nice.
He goes, he sits down in the little chair he has and says, so what exactly can I do? He says, I'd be glad I let you in. He says, the only reason why I let you in, he says, is because I recognize a cleric of glitter gold anywhere.
Well, I'm looking for a berserk. I mean, a barbarian. I don't know what.
A berserker or a barbarian? He says, those are 2 different things.
A barbarian, the class.
Oh.
Dukes.
Well.
Dukes.
God damn it.
He says, I know several barbarians. He says, I've met plenty in my travels.
Can you like make a list of how many are willing to, like how many are willing to teach?
How many are willing to teach? He says, well, he says, I have to think on that for a little while. He says, it's kind of just drawing information right off the bat.
I know a barbarian that could help you.
Well, I know a bard who could help you.
2 words.
Oh! God damn it.
So, anyway.
He says, well, the closest one that I can think of, he says, it depends on if you want to go to Moldova or not. He says, if you want to go to Moldova, he says, I do know of one there that would be willing to train.
Oh. Well,
We're not going there.
He says, other than that, he says, the next closest one.
Oh, jeez.
He says the next closest one lives just a little, northwest of Ilmig, one of the towns here in Yathora. He says, if you want to hunt him down, his name is Vividin. He says he might be able to teach you some stuff.
Wait, where? Yilsuda?
Ilmig, a little northwest of Ilmig.
Barbarian.
It's a town to the east, he says. Just follow the road to the east of Yathora and you'll come across it. It's directly north of Viltmore. He says if you have a map on you to look at.
Is that it?
He says if you want to head there, he says northwest is a small hut out in the forest. He says he's very commune with nature. He's a former barbarian. He says he follows more of a druidic path now. He says, but I'm sure he's got plenty to teach.
Oh, I see.
He says,
what was his name again? I forgot.
Vividin.
Vividin.
I write that down on a piece of paper.
Vividin.
Write it with marker on like your palm. Like,
are you shit? It's smeared. Viver.
Are you Viveralweave? Are you Viver?
No, that's my mother.
Oh, okay.
He says, I'm sure he'd be willing to teach you something if you
Someone was
wish.
having a seizure when they named her.
Or just dying. He looks at the cleric and he goes like, but you. He says, what brings a cleric of glitter gold here? I wonder. He says, it's been on...
Earlier today, I was notified of your presence, and I was told to meet with you.
He says, yes. He says, I'm sure Glitter Gold told you something. He says, I've told my former god plenty of times to leave me alone with his business. He says, I mean, I still follow him, but not nearly as much. He says, I gave up that life. He says, I got tired of it.
So, earlier today, Glitter Gold told me that you have a helmet.
A helmet. He says, I have several helmets. Oh, he says he must mean that helmet. He stands up and he walks into the back and he comes back forward with a helmet. It's a very elaborately decorated helmet. It definitely pulsates with holy energy off of it. And it looks a lot like, like those spectacle helmets that the Vikings wore. It looks very similar to one of those, but it's not a full spectacle on the front of it. It's very well encrusted with runes, traced with gold. It even has a gold glitter to it.
You better not have any horns on them. I swear if it has horns on them, Vikings...
No, there's no fucking horns on it, you div.
They never had horns
There's no fucking horns on it, you div!
Alright, jeez.
He takes the helmet and he looks at it for a little bit and he turns it towards you and goes like, well, he says, if Glitter Gold wants you to take it, he says, you should take it. He says, like I said, I'm going to get as far away from Glitter Gold as I can again.
Alright.
He says, the helmet's just simply, he says, it's one of the many helmets I use. He says, but it was a small gift from one of the high paladins of Glitter Gold's whole little temple. He says, I used it once, and he says, and I never used it again. He says,
do you know any of the any buffs or whatnot that will give you?
He says, yes, actually. He says, I'm aware of quite a bit of the magic that's on it. He says, I figured it out quick. He says, it's not very useful for me. He says, which is why I'm giving it to you. He says, and I have no memories that attribute to this helmet, so I could care less who has it.
Okay.
He says, there's two spells that are attributed to it. He says, one of them is True Sight. He says, the other spell is actually simply toward the domain itself of Glitter Gold. He says, and that spell would be Invoke Duplicity, which basically it creates a double of you, an illusionary double. He says that and the True Sight. He says both of them. He says the Invoke Duplicity, he says, if I remember correctly, he says you can use it once a week. He says, but the True Sight, he says, it's on. He says you have to activate it. He says, and as far as I know, you can turn it on once a day, and it lasts for about an hour.
All right.
He says, of course, he says you have to go through your prayers with Glitter Gold to get it recharged. He says just your regular meditations.
What I miss?
He says, but it'd be quite useful for you. He says if you're on some kind of a mission or something.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna.
LTAB.
What did I miss?
He says, well, he says, as long as it goes somewhere useful, he says, I would much rather have that.
Did you miss the part where I was pretending to be one of those corrective, like, nerdy guys?
I wasn't there for that.
Blame as much.
Good.
Okay.
I believe that's
Vikings actually never had any
what we do here. So.
They
He says,
never
well,
had.
he holds his arm out and he hands you the helmet. He says, just take care of it.
All right, will do. Thank you.
He says, is there anything else I can do for you guys? He says, like I said, I'd like to get away from you. So if you could kindly hurry this along.
Question.
Yes.
What race are you?
That's none of your business.
Thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, sir. What race are you? Oh,
He
you're a
says
human?
that's none of your
I
business.
I thought you were an ogre. Sorry.
No, he says that's none of your business. He looks at you and goes like, and I know exactly why you were asking.
It's a changeling, isn't he?
Because you have glowing yellow eyes.
And he says, don't worry about it. He says it's a side effect of being one of the high paladins for a while.
Nice. No, I have a friend who doesn't really like becoming a paladin.
He says, well, that's his decision. He says, do I approve of it? No. He says, if it's my choice, he says he would be exterminated for betraying an order. He says, but I honestly now I could give less than two shits, so.
Well, I mean, he
says, I
said
told
something
you,
about
I'm-
he wanted to become like.
He says, well, if he's
sure about
choosing to become a dark paladin, he says that could be very serious. He says, if I understand how things are going right now, he says there's one demonic lord that's definitely looking for followers right now, and that would be LTAB. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Oh yeah, I talked to that guy once. He told me to throw
Yep, never heard of him.
He told me to throw a gnome overboard a ship. I mean, he was gonna try to.
Did, but,
I mean, he deserved it, but
He says, yeah, he says LTAB likes to reach his arms out wherever he can. He says he's got a long story about him. Mostly he's trying to break free of his prison last time I checked.
Do you know if he has any weaknesses, any way to suppress his power?
He says, well, back in long, sealed inside of a prison by a selection of mages. They trapped him inside of a prison within different dimensions and inside of the darkness. He says he escaped after a while. He says, but he's sealed inside of another prison that he has to get out of. He says he's looking for something to help him out of there. He says there's various items and equipment you would need to make a key. He says, but every day he draws a little bit closer unless people stop him. He says, if I'm willing to take bets, he says, that issue that's been going up toward Volcanus might be related to him. That would be my biggest guess, he says.
Wait a minute.
So
Why do all the others want to go to Volcanus?
He says, "What are you guys?" He says, "What is your party? These followers you have with you guys heading toward Volcanus?"
Well, yeah, they were.
He says, "Well,
No volcanoes. We warned the wizard tower.
were you guys looking to join him or something?" Or he says,
No,
"Because
they
I
were-
understand the paladins of Delmore." He says, "I know the paladins of Delmore were looking for people to scout there." He says there was a party they hired, and then something happened to them.
I remember
Mhm.
something faintly about an orb in the wizard's tower and an army in Volcanus Island.
Well, there's been a demonic army that's supposedly been gathering at Volcanus, and the Wizard's Island would have 100 on fucking wizards, you know.
I see.
Mhm.
This is the kind of stuff they collect.
Yeah, I'm new here to this big land. I come from the land of...
Ah, that would
Comes from
make
that down under.
sense. That would make a lot of sense. It's been years since I've been to the land of. Last time I was in the land of, we had some rather interesting concepts happen. A lot of backstory
things
that's too much to explain within our time span of the land of. Shame it's lost.
Eh,
So earlier you mentioned that a few mages locked up L-Tab. What happened to those mages? Are they still?
Those mages themselves. Those mages themselves, no one's really quite sure what happened to them. They vanished in a sense, disappeared or forgotten. I believe they were known, if I remember correctly, they were known of the perhaps the Red Wizards, I think. He says, I believe they were called the Red Wizards. Just an order of these guys sealed him.
Order of the Red Wizards.
Red Wizards, he says, I don't know enough about them to be able to answer that question, unfortunately.
Do you know where I can get this information?
No one knows.
well,
It's been, he says, it's been a long happened with those guys. Lost and forgotten. He says they usually make deals with demons and devils. He says, so when they turned against Eltab, it was quite interesting a bit.
well, I guess all the information we can get now is...
Yeah.
And I'm
It
pretty
might
sure
be a
he
little-
won't spit the beans.
It might be a little bit difficult to dig up information about the Red Wizards. And he says, and I wish you the best of luck. He says, if you can find anything about them, that's very dangerous information to know about.
How so?
Simply because of what they are. They've been known to imprison demons, release demons, and cause havoc.
They're fucking like giant... They're just a giant organization. They literally just... a god inside of a void.
Yeah, pretty much. And if they could do that with a god, imagine what they could do with our realm.
Just lock it up and turn it into like a hell.
Yeah. They could either lock it up and turn it into a hell, or release hell on us. And knowing too much information about them brings people closer and closer to figuring out how to find them. You find them, bad things happen. And if someone powerful enough finds them, really bad things happen.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the information. I think you'll be on our way out now.
Of course.
Thanks,
Jesus.
wizard, priestess, person, guy.
I'm a paladin.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking, why would you ask a paladin fighter on how to become a barbarian?
I
And
needed,
no one
I
gets
needed to start
paladin.
somewhere.
Oh god.
Well, he's old enough. He might know people.
Yeah, exactly.
Always check old people, because odds are they've seen a lot more shit than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems a little weird though.
Plus, I come from the land of, like,
Yeah.
I don't know my way around this place. I don't know the history.
You come from a land down under. Alright?
Yeah.
All right.
That's going to become a friggin'
I
berserker.
guess we'll link up with the others back at that one shop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You guys leave the house, and while you guys were at the house, we're gonna swap over to the other guys. So you guys were standing in front of the mask right now, the mask salesman.
So it turns out we actually are.
Taking the blue mask.
You pick up the blue mask, and you just feel energy pulsating from it. You just want to put this on.
Goodbye, my precious platinum coin. I'll miss you. I kiss my coin.
You kiss your coin, you hand it to the salesman, and he just goes, "Well, the mask is yours. I don't know what it does or why you want it so much. 'Cause it's magic. It's magic, though."
Peer pressure, that's why.
Oh.
I cast
Alright.
identify on his mask.
You cast identify on it, wearing the mask that you were already wearing, and it just doesn't work.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Uh,
my
you
magic.
gonna
Do you want
you gonna
to
cast
call on
identify or
Mom,
what?
I
do you want
can't.
us to help you identify when we get over
You're not there right
Yeah, I
now,
know,
unfortunately.
later.
Well,
So you
Balzar,
gotta,
before you put on the mask, I want to talk to you
Oh no.
without ears.
I don't know. This mess is pretty cool. I mean, it's just. Oh wait, what were you saying?
Oh, we need to speak in a more private location. Let's go to that back alley.
Let's go to that back alley.
I pull my maul out.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I have a perfect thing right here.
Oh god.
Hold on, I got something right here for you guys. 1 second.
Try
So,
anything funny, I swear. What is this?
1 second.
We lost our
So this way,
Frank.
you guys can talk to each other in
Wow.
private.
Nice.
Alright.
And 1 second, I'll be right back because I need to hear what they're gonna say.
Well, how's life?
Oh, you want to know what I know about that mask?
What?
It could kill. It could. If you put it on, it could kill you. Ha!
Great. And have Balzar die an early death.
That would be unfortunate, but it'd be hilarious. Quite the episode for him.
Hold on, let me just take something real quick. Go. Right, this is the mask.
What? Did you play in random?
Yeah, put it in random. I'm calling it. I'm calling the unlimited power. Gee, it sure is boring around. My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive. I just wonder what Ganon's up to. Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have... How can we help? It is written, only Link can defeat Ganon. Great, I'll grab my stuff. There is no time. Your sword is enough.
I wonder what they're talking about.
How about a kiss for luck? You've got to be kidding. Squalla la, we're off. Wow, what are all these heads? These are the faces of evil. You must conquer each one. I guess I better get going. Here is the map. Where do you wish to go?
What are you reading?
The entire Zelda CDI script. More shoe, lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rupees. I'm sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer. Frozen woman, help. Ganon froze the fountain. I'm stuck. FW. Here, have some water of life. Link. Gulp, gulp, gulp. FW. You're thirsty. Oh my goodness. Fisherman. Biggest crab I've ever caught. Heh heh. Link. It's a goma. Fisherman. Yeah, pretty good. Here. Link. Thanks. Fisherman. Keep going, boy. You're doing real well. Once you get rid of Ganon, we can get back to fishing. Fish lady. Darius came straight from the crater. I'll boarded the vent used to skull for Lachen. No, not one Darius figured it out. Oh shit, it's Ipo. Ipo, I am the reader. If you bring me a book of Korodai, I will gladly read the secret verse. Fat, seductive woman. You're not afraid of dragons, are you? Link. Gulp, of course not. Fat woman. Then get my necklace back from Gelok, okay? Pretty please. Old yellow coat man. It's mighty dark with all the evil about. Keep this lantern full. It will light your way. Link, thanks. Old man. Not many left, Link. They're drunk round the side of Gulto, eh? Link, G. Oh, that's Ganon. Never mind. Ganon, look what has happened. In the darkest nightmare hour when the moon nor sun has risen, take Zelda in my power. I shall keep her in my prison. Join me, Link, and I'll make your face the greatest in Korodai, or else you will die. No, not into the pit. It burns. You're doing great, Link. You're our hero. Life, we know you can beat Ganon. You're doing great, Link. Shit. I may be old and ugly, but I still know a few tricks. Bring some grapple berries, and I'll show you a good one. Old witch, stir the berries in the tub. Let the juices soak the glove. Let Link fight and gather cower. For this glove is a glove of power. Link, wow, thanks. Fat woman, how sweet. Kisses, moi. My husband gave me this. I'm not even gonna say that.
Oh,
Now
it's
here.
been like 5 minutes now. What are they talking about?
I have no fucking clue, man. I swear to God, if Balzar is like dying or like becoming an absolute god, I am not gonna be happy. Anyways, I'm gonna continue with the script, but I will still carry water. Ice Queen, before you face the foul fiend Ganon, you must conquer Fortress Sirtrum. Treasure of death is hidden. Bring it to me. Begone. IQ. This shield, both sword and spear, deflects, but cannot stop the various curses. This crystal.
Anyway,
This
I'm
crystal.
gonna be right back. I need to do a few
What?
things. I'll be right back.
All right. I still. Oh, it's still recording. I have the whole thing to myself. I can do anything. Look and see Goro Nu. Wake up, sleepy bones. I'm the living anti-cut near vile throats. Bwahaha. I may be hideous, but after a year of being frozen, you will beg to join me. Hey, Zelda, wake up. What, Link? You saved me. You can't kill me. No, no. See how...
We're back.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, hey. I was reading the entire Zelda CDI and Authentic Peach kind of just like...
Did someone
AFK.
say? Did someone say a CDI script?
Yeah.
Oh, I know all about that, my boy.
So you guys head back over to the merchant. He's sitting there.
Like the mask merchant.
Yeah, mass merchant. He's just sitting there calmly. He's not
So
really
what
sure what's going
What the
on.
actual fuck happened?
Thanks.
Well, we went to see what the mask did, and apparently it's a dud. It just doesn't work. All right, magic was freaking fake magic.
Are you sure?
Yes, I have it recorded. If you want to see it.
No. No one's allowed to see it.
Judge Nuckum.
Look, to prove it,
I'm here to put the mask on.
I don't.
Do you
actually,
put the mask on?
No, I don't actually put the mask on. Just. All right, fine. I'll tell you what it does. All right, it turns you into a goofball. All right, it turns you into like this dumb little stupid little piece of crap. Like you just lose all your brain cells.
So,
way,
what you
yeah.
already are. I see.
Yeah, about the time you guys came out from the alley talking with each other.
This is
I mean,
coming from
these
the
two
guy
guys
who
were
has
coming
bouldish
back.
brains.
About time you're back.
Yeah, you guys get Travis Crest Braid and fucking Scoomer Duns. They're re-arriving about
Is that
the
it?
same
Yeah,
time you guys are coming out from the back alley.
Yeah, I was just gonna go back in and get a refund. This piece of crap mask doesn't do nothing. Just makes you an idiot.
Nice.
You didn't put it on, right?
I did put it on. Sadly, just doesn't work. It's like the dagger of humiliation, except I'm the one who gets. Shut up down there.
Humiliation.
I said shut up. Stupid little talking dagger. You don't know what it's like to have a talking weapon, do you?
I talk to the voices in my head.
That seems normal. Anyways, I'm gonna go get a refund.
You and I know about talking weapons a lot.
Yeah, so
Yo.
the guy with the literal bow who talks to him.
Yo, clerk, I want a refund.
He looks at you and goes like, "Oh, refund what?"
I want a refund. This mask, it's a piece of crap.
It's magic. It can't be crap.
It's not it's
Tell him to put it on.
yeah. Look, put it on, all right. See
He
what
goes
it's
like, you know
like.
what? You know what? Fine. I will put it on. I will cast a spell that's on it to show you it is not crap.
All
He
right.
grabs the mask from you and he holds it up to his face.
I don't really trust this whole.
He holds it up
spell
to his
you're gonna
face,
do.
and you watch it do the same exact thing it did to Spankles. It
Check.
merges into his face, but
Check
it doesn't stop.
Check this out. It's
And
gonna
you
turn
watch
him
as
into an
his
idiot.
body. You literally watch
it's,
as his face and his body get dragged into the mask.
What?
Um,
What?
Wowza, what's going on in here?
And then the mask.
Oh no!
After about 20 seconds, his whole body is dragged into the mask, and the mask just lightly floats back down onto the table.
What?
Well,
Okay, let's
I'll
do
tell
all
you
of
guys
You also
what-
notice the mask is no longer purple. It is now red.
You
It
know
was
what?
blue before, though.
I'm gonna
Red,
run
not
in-
with blood, but just red.
It was
I'm
blue
just gonna-
before, though.
Or excuse me, blue. It's no longer blue. It's red now.
I wish to loot the store now that he's gone.
Me too.
Well, the unfortunately the guards just saw what the fuck happen, and they're coming over like, what the shit?
I don't know.
He
He,
buy a mask. The mask ate him.
I don't know what kind of magic.
Yeah,
he
I
used
just
on
saw that. What
mask.
the hell was that? You know, no, guys. You bought the mask from this guy. I watched it. Leave. Just get away from the stall. He says this whole place is under lockdown right now.
All right, but I'm taking my
Okay.
platinum back.
Yeah, he says go ahead. I mean, the merchant doesn't need it anymore.
I don't know what he
Jesus
did.
Christ.
He says
Is
the
there a
rest
dragon?
of all the money
Is there a
that's
dragon?
here, he says, is going toward the city
Ugh.
until we can find his next of kin.
This is our money. Ours.
I am next to kin.
So, all right.
It is not YouTube. It is our tube.
It's not
Mr.
communism.
So I soon.
Yeah,
I am
it is.
next to kin.
It's not communism. It's
no.
com-arnism.
The guy looks at the guard looks at him and goes like, "No, no, you're not."
I am Lockhouse cousin.
Yeah. He goes like, "Fine." What was the merchant's name?
His name was Tux.
I have
No.
10,000 cousins. Do you think I can
Tops.
remember all their names?
Yeah, you're not next of kin for him. And if he's your cousin, you're not next of kin anyway.
God damn it,
His
Spankles.
long relatives, they were gnomes. Let's get out of here, all right? That guy was clearly a warlock or something.
Well, he
Dark
doesn't exist
magic.
anymore.
Or witch doctor. I don't even know.
Very dark voodoo over here. Let's get over here.
Hey, can we go
Stop
back to
being
the
racist.
blacksmith?
Let's leave. Yeah, I want to go back to the blacksmith.
We haven't even gotten through an entire day.
I've seen some. I've seen
I-
years worth of messed up crap. All right.
I just realized we haven't been through an entire day, and a mask already ate someone.
It's funny just
Not
to
an
know.
entire day in this town, and we already witnessed a murder
Yeah, yeah.
by an inanimate object.
We
we witnessed a paranormal murder.
Jesus.
Although in this world it's probably normal. We
Welcome
witnessed
to
that
welcome
normal
to Dungeons
murder.
and Dragons.
Hmm.
So yeah, they lock down that whole merchant stall, and they just tell people to carry on, move along.
Oh, that was something.
Yeah. Terron says that was quite impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
I am at a loss for words. A mask just ate someone.
I don't know what the heck he did to it. When I put it on, it just turned me into like some doofus. Like I was, like Spankles knows what happened, don't you, Spankles?
Yeah.
By the way, I was aware of it the whole time. I was just like, chicken.
Hey, you guys.
I like chicken.
can I go back to the blacksmith?
Yeah, you go back to the blacksmith, and he's hard at work right now, doing with the half plate, adding the spikes and all that stuff.
Hey, pal, you wouldn't believe this. I just witnessed a murder.
He says, "Is that what all that commotion's about?" And he says, "Well, since his
Yep.
guards got it under control, I'm sure."
Oh, you wouldn't believe this. A mask just ate a person.
You would
He
not believe
he
your
like
eyes.
drops the spike he's working on. It goes like a
would-
mask ate a guy.
Exactly.
You would not believe your eyes.
And he says, "I don't even believe hearing it."
You would not believe your ears.
If 10 million lightning years, it was how to take to get to whatever the hell you're trying to look
10 million like ears.
Well,
Okay.
anyway, Mr.
10
Blacksmith,
million leafy is ears.
for. Shut up.
I'd like to upgrade my shield and armor.
Oh, he says, "Do you want to upgrade it?" Or he says, "Or do you want to purchase new ones?" He says, "Because right now your shield and armor are just iron." He says, I can give you some better stuff than that for
Yeah.
sale. That I
Well,
already have.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to get some new, maybe even trade in if possible.
We can spend that platinum on him.
No.
He says, well, sure enough. He says, what were
Spend
you
that
looking
platinum
for?
on new
He says,
chain.
do you want
Mail.
to look for different iron equipment? He says, you want to go to steel? He says, we have mithril, true silver.
I'll go to steel.
Dungeon
Steel?
game, dungeon game,
Ah.
dungeon game. Spend
says-
1 pal on new chain. Mail.
I'm going to go stare at
He
his
says-
puppy now.
1
Okay,
flat.
stare at the puppy, and the puppy's not happy with you. I mean, you're not getting close enough for it to really do anything. It's just
What is that creature called? Is it a Cerbert?
It's literally just a death dog. That's what it's called.
Death dog.
Death dog.
Death dog.
It's
Well,
got
he
2
says-
heads, so it's
so
not
what
a
kind of-
Cerberus.
He says, what kind of equipment are you looking for, Crestbraid?
Well, a new shield, and new suit of armor.
Oh, sure. He says, what kind of armor you want? He says, do you want heavier armor, lighter armor, ringed armor? What do you want?
I'll look into your sets of heavy armor.
Sure. He says, oh, excuse me. Well, he says, well, for for heavy armor, he says, I sell pretty much all of the classic ones you can think of. He says, we have on set, we have ring mail, chain mail, splint, plate. Oh, this is for 5.0. Fuck that. I don't want 5.0.
But we weren't playing 5.0 this whole time.
No, we've been playing 3.5 is what I play out of. I mean, if you guys want to use 5.0, you can, but
I have.
he says we have splint mail, banded mail, half plate, full plate, you name it.
What would you suggest for me? You know, you're.
He says, well, he
looking
says,
for a
do you
living.
want... He says, well,
Oh,
he
yeah,
says,
or-
do you want mobility? He says, do you want something lighter, more
I
protective,
want something to be a little bit more mobile.
a bit more mobile?
Orthros. That's what I was thinking of. 2-headed
He
dog.
says, well, if you want something that's going to be a bit more mobile, he says, I'd probably go with banded mail or half plate. He says, personally, I'd recommend banded mail if you want a little bit more mobility but still offer protection.
Yeah. How much for a set of that? Of bandage
He
mail?
says, for a set of just regular steel banded mail, he says, it's a little more expensive than iron. He says, but because you guys have that little discount, he says, I'll sell the steel version of it for 200.
Yeah,
200 gold, which is 50 gold cheaper than just standard banded iron.
it's an Orthros.
All right.
It's an
I'll buy that.
Orthros.
All right.
It's like a Cerberus, but with 2 heads instead of 3.
He gives you a suit of banded mail that's fitted towards you. You give him the gold, which I'm just going to take straight out of that gold pool. You
Was that
guys
My
have.
Little Pony?
Look how terrifying that creature is.
Is that My Little Pony?
The gold's just coming out of the money pool you guys
Yeah.
are doing right now, okay?
Such a
All
terrifying.
right, so this banded mail he sold you, it don't worry about too much about the weight. It has a dex bonus of +1 versus full plate, which doesn't have any. So with your dex bonus, which you do have actually, Gravel, you have a +3 dex bonus, and that gives a plus because it's the steel one. I'll give it a +2, and it has a natural +7 armor bonus since it's a steel. So with all that, you get a +9 to your armor bonus right now while wearing that. So wearing just that, your armor class is 19. Your armor class is currently a 19, Crestbraid.
All right.
And he says for a shield, he says, what kind of a shield do you want? You want a heavier shield, a lighter shield? He says, well, what do you currently have for a shield?
I currently have a light shield, I believe. Yeah, light shield. So I definitely want something better than this.
It's
He
not a
says,
light
"Alright."
shield, it's a light shield.
He says, well, he says, do you want a tower
Basically
shield? He
cleared.
says,
Well,
do you want a tower shield? Do you want a heavy shield? Wood, metal? What kind?
Oh, something that I can really take a hit, you know.
He says, well, tower shields would work. He says, but I don't know if you're trained in how to use them.
I don't
Simple,
think-
just
if
hold
you're,
it.
if you didn't take the feat or you're not a fighter, you don't know how. He says, but he says, I'd recommend either a heavy wooden or a heavy steel shield in that case.
I'll take a heavy steel one. How much?
Heavy steel shield? All right. He says, because I'm going to offer you the steel. He says, just 20 gold for the shield.
All right, I'll buy that too.
All right. So with that one, a shield bash, like hitting your enemy with it, will do 1d8 of or excuse me, 1d6 of damage. And while using that shield to protect yourself, you get a +2 to your armor class. He says, and I can take your old shield if you want me to.
Yes, please.
All right, he takes it, and because of the one it is, he gives you just 5 gold for it.
All right.
He says, anything else you want to do? Upgrades, anything?
Well, how will we buy some armor for some of the humans here?
He says, are these human slaves? Are they just ship workers? What are they?
Ship
They're
workers.
free. They can be whatever the hell they want to be. They're not slaves anymore.
Yeah, we saved them from Orkland.
Yeah,
He says, well, if that's the case, he says, are they sailors? Are they sailors working on a ship? They look like that type.
I think Philip would.
He says, if that's the case, he says, your entire crew, he says, because there seem to be all be sailors, he says, I can suit up your entire crew with just some basic armor for them. He says, I'll suit up your whole crew for just 150 gold.
Yeah.
Deal. Yeah.
All right.
Deal.
Give them 150 out of your guys' little pool.
By the way,
your whole crew, including your kobolds, are all now suited up with leather armor.
All right.
you didn't have to give it to the kobolds, all right? They're
He
cannon
says, hey, they
fodder
all need a little bit of protection.
from Spankles.
Bagels.
I was just about to say, a condom.
I turned to
Everyone
Silky
could
Raven
use a
and
little
go-
bit of protection.
I just turned to Silky Raven and go, do you need protection from me?
Yes.
She just says, I need a lot of protection from a lot of things. You're just on the list somewhere.
I haven't done anything to you. You are a good cook.
Yes.
I am. She says, everyone's on the list somewhere. Whether or not they're good or bad, they're on there somewhere. It's kind of like this thing. Hurting you is the last thing I want to do, but it's still on the list.
Oh, if you bite hate,
What a coincidence! That's on my list too.
She says, I only bite if you ask politely.
Oh please.
Well, your crew gets suited up with equipment, so they're all happy to finally have some clothing and some protection.
From Spankles.
The guy says, I'll like you guys. He says, I'll give all of your crew just basic scimitars to use as well for weapons. All right. Gives them all just some regular iron stuff. They're all very happy to have protection now.
I think I have a scimitar
we're
written down in my
pirates.
inventory. I don't know where I got that.
Probably do somewhere.
Well, actually, if they were cutlasses, then they'd be pirates. But nah,
No,
There's
scimitar.
pretty much the same
Cutlasses,
thing.
scimitars. He kind of gives you a little bit of both.
the same thing.
Okay, now it's really like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean,
Just everyone's wearing leather armor, though.
Except
Still,
for our tanks.
We're the gay pirates.
No.
we're the moron pirates. That's
Oh,
who
we are not nearly that gay, except me, maybe. But
You're
like,
not gay,
I'm a
you're
different
fabulous.
level of it.
He
I
is a flaming.
A
It
flaming
is
boy.
fabulous, you little gnomish bastard.
in olden days, gay meant happy, so he's
Good.
pretty happy right now.
My good
Yeah.
sir, when you
Yeah.
walk, you have a rainbow coming out of your heels.
Oh, I know. It's a nice little enchantment I
You
picked
are
up.
flaming.
Oh, see, if I was flaming, I'd be on fire. I have rainbows, so I'm fabulous. Now, if you want to have your own little mix-ups, that's fine with me. It's not my fault that you don't understand.
I am trisexual. I sleep with everyone.
I like how as soon as you said that,
You're what?
I turned fan. I said that.
Oh, you turned
In
on
the
your
silent.
fan
Turned it
on.
off, and he just like.
I'm transsexual.
I'm like, okay.
So you wanna bedazzle your cutlass or something?
Oh, he says, don't worry, I'm already going to get it handled. I might not have the money, but I have other ways of getting these things.
I mean, cutlass is nowhere as good as a katana. Those were the best weapons.
Shut up.
Where'd that guy come from?
All right, continue.
Who is that guy? Some goblin just crossed by saying that.
How about we go visit the local town library? Who
Yes,
knows,
let's
I
go
just
look at
might be able to
books.
Find another book.
Yes, let's go find books.
What's a
Because I might need to
library?
replace
Is that a place
both
where you
two
can
of
find
them.
books?
Oh yeah, libraries. I forgot those places existed.
What is a library?
It's
Place of learning.
It's the most boring place in the universe, unless it's the adult section.
You said
Yeah,
something. You said something about books.
Skimmerdoos, come over here.
What is this book you speak of?
I pull out my special book and show it to him.
I know what a goddamn book is. I don't know what a library is.
It's a collection of these.
Oh, why didn't you fucking say so?
Because I'm trying to show you some good porn.
I come from the land of... Do you expect me to know this?
I've
I
never
thought you were
seen something so beautiful in my life.
What is a porn, anyways? Show me that.
Oh yeah, you might not
Just
want to touch
share-
that thing.
I just share my book with it, just show him a few pages of the book.
Show me more
Oh! So that's what you do with feces.
pornography.
I heard that from the other room. Jesus.
I'm trying to prop my chair up because the back of it broke.
Quickly tuck the book away so no one else sees it.
You took out the book again, didn't you?
It's a good looking.
Oh, you never let me look at it.
What is
I
a
want to see the
fetish?
dragon section.
Because the first section is demons.
Yeah, wasn't there a dragon section?
Yes, in the back.
Can
And
I
it's
see it?
a bit messy.
Can I see it?
Okay, well, if you guys want to go to this library, you're more than welcome to. But I think we're about ready to stop the stream there.
As dragons.
Nice little shopping
Yes.
trip to get shit done before you guys start heading north again.
Yeah. An EXP? Like 10 for shopping?
Just for the bullshit that happened, I'll give you all 200 experience.
Yes.
I mean, we witnessed a murder. That
You did
that
witness
could've
a murder,
been
which is
changed.
pretty cool.
Technically, I was the one who gave it to him, so I should get EXP for that. So I somehow indirectly killed him.
You know
No
what?
cherry picking.
You know what? I'll give you all 300. There you go. We'll go 300 for all of you.
Oh, good. A
Nice.
Spartan amount.
You know what? You did give him the mask, so you'll get an extra 1.
I did do that one thing for L-Tab.
Alright,
Wait, what did you do something for
2025.
L? What did you?
Oh no, don't worry about it. It's
I
all
don't,
right.
I don't remember him doing anything for L-Tab. Oh yeah, when you were asking him what the mask was, that's what it was.
Yeah. When we were getting that info for the mask and other magic.
No
items
one,
that we
no
have.
one knew what it was.
No one
Anyway,
still knows.
Good game,
what
you
my
guys. We're
mask
gonna
is.
try to hook up again next week. I should have a good day off, or we're all about. I'm gonna try to get for Friday.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's like postponed for like 2
I
weeks,
can't
man.
do Thursday.
I know. Can't do Thursday at all. All right.
That's
Well,
one
we'll
day. That's no.
All right. We'll see what pops up.
Just Sunday and Saturday works for me, man.
All right. Anyway, good
Also
job, you
Friday.
guys.
Every day works for me.
All right.
Well, I may have not died this round, but I have found a few good things. I wish to learn more about my mask now.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Anyhow. Night, guys.
Have a good night.
Oh wait, hold on. After show, you're gonna do that, right?
Let me just end this here.
I gotta go.